Alright, let's do it. Welcome to Umamusume on a Sunday. Hello everybody, Shino the Penguin back at you with a Sunday stream. I know usually Sunday streams are reserved for a variety of random things, but today we're going to be doing the usual Umamusume after I kind of pushed yesterday. I figured yesterday I was kind of, honestly, I think I was just recovering from the last week, and so I was just really sleeping a lot, and I felt like it was not the best mind set, not the best mind to be in the stream, so I figured I'd push it to tomorrow, or today, to yesterday's tomorrow, hoping that it'd be a bit better, and hopefully I am feeling a bit better, but man, I'm still not really looking forward to the week coming, but you know, that's how it works sometimes, so just gotta push through it, and in the meantime, I'll spend the last few hours of my weekend with y'all as we kind of get through some League of Hero training. It is kind of quietly. It is approaching. It's not. There's still like about a week or so, so we still have time. And mind you, I've actually made half of a decent Inez that I might be able to bring. But I want to try and get something like really good. So we'll see how that works, and hopefully we can get something good from this. But I think that this is probably going to be honestly a little bit of a shorter stream, like maybe even like 2.5 hours. I don't see this going too long. Like I said, I'm still kind of, still a little bit tired. I think I might want to go to sleep early today, that kind of stuff. So we'll just see how much progress we can make. I only really see maybe only 2 or 3 runs maybe at best, but we'll see if we can't get these done quick, just like games done quick. So without further ado, I'm ready to get into the game and ready to get to oh Jesus. That scared the hell out of me. Okay, it's because I have my volume up. That's probably not good. Yeah, okay. So, let's get into it. Okay, thanks Kawakami. Love getting jump scared. So like I said, actually before we even get into the nitty gritty, I think I mentioned this last stream, but I did end up getting a pretty good number of copies of Tap Dance City, which is good for my front runners. So there's a little bit of a better chance here, especially since, as you can see, I'm not bringing the best deck in terms of number of copies. But really, when it comes down to these competitive competitions, I feel like skills end up being the main difference, since everybody's usually the same amount of stats anyway. So that's for Ines. This is for Believe, also very dire, and then kinda you see same thing here with, actually now that I see that, actually now that I have a good number of copies of Tap Dance City, maybe I can replace that, so I don't have to borrow anybody. Don't have to borrow that when it's pretty much exactly MLB anyway, wherever she is. Tap Dance City. And then we can add. Hey Raze, what's up? Good seeing you. Thanks for throwing my head. I love getting head. Repair skateboard. I think that's what it says on the thing too. Head repair skateboard. But yeah, just some casual Uma runs. Nothing too crazy. I'm like, let's see, Bourbon. Where is Bourbon here? There it is, Mihono Bourbon. Yeah, that should be slightly better. Although maybe I can get copies of, I don't know. I don't know what's best to borrow, but I feel like that's probably the best option. Let's jump into Ines then. I was just about to make that joke too. We share the same mind apparently. Goddamn Vine references. And like, just in time, we've already made the first Vine reference of the day. I said last stream, like, you know, every stream I think in the past, pretty much you can rely on me to either make a Vine reference or a SpongeBob quote. Like one of those two. You know, that's just how I be. Yeah, that's good. Okay. Ines it is. Let's do it. Hopefully with the more copies of Tap that I could get actually something pretty good. I haven't really been doing that many runs with her recently, so I don't know to what extent I can get some good stats going, but hopefully we can get something high UA with S distance, and then we can get that going. Hey Gabe, what's up? Good seeing you as always. Finally got the full main story 2 cast. I did see that, yeah, Daring Heart is coming out, which is, I think, finally good, because, like, it's been too long, you know, that quartet of Minecraft Cesario and what's her face, Air Messiah have already been out, but then it's just like Daring Heart's just been like, I'm just still waiting for her, so I'm glad that she's out. I will say I'm not really too excited for her, but given my given that I'm too far in with this game with sunk cost, I kind of feel like I have to get her. But how many? I do have a decent number. I have like what? Hold on. Because I know the gacha's coming out in 3 hours, so we can actually, if I go long enough, maybe we can take a sneak peek of that. But I only have 7,800 gems, which is what, 50 pulls plus like 18 tickets. So not. Oh, hold on, pause. Oh, I thought I had tickets there. I was like, ooh, do I have tickets in the support side? Let me try and pull for more Tap Dance City. Nah. Yeah, if I don't get her, I don't get her. But I will try my best, I suppose. And if I do get her, I guess I'll stream that during one of those days. Speaking of, for next week's schedule is going to be a little different. I know this week's schedule is also different because I didn't stream yesterday. But next weekend I will not be streaming on Saturday, because Saturday I'm going to be busy. There's going to be a thing I'm going to be doing, which I will not specify. But I will be touching grass on Saturday. I'll be actually very busy on Saturday, so no stream on that day. And then it's crazy how time's flying, because like in 2 weeks is Fanime, and so I will not be streaming any day from that weekend. So you're gonna have to live without my streams, I guess, for in 2 weeks, because I'm not gonna be. Because I'm actually leaving Thursday. Yeah, I'm gonna be gone from Thursday to Saturday or Sunday, so. No streams during any of those days. I might stream Wednesday, who knows, but I kind of doubt it because I might have to prepare for packing and stuff, so that week's probably going to be pretty barren, but I'll update with schedule and updates on the posts and all that schedules and all the good stuff, and we'll figure from there. But just to let y'all know, Tomodachi taking up my free time. I haven't been playing the Umamusume servers. I feel that. I've also been Tomodachiing it up pretty. It's between that and Hades. Those have been like literally this weekend I have been doing nothing. I have not I haven't done shit. Well, actually I shouldn't say that. This morning I actually went grocery shopping, so that's about all I'll say about that. But other than that, no, I have not been doing anything. Like I said, this last week was kind of chaotic. And I did not get very much sleep on top of that, so I think I just need this weekend just to not do anything and just stay at home and just sleep, which is pretty much what I did yesterday, hence the reason why I didn't stream yesterday. And honestly, more today as well, but yeah, Tomodachi life, good stuff. No League of Heroes team and no CM aces. Oh yeah, if we're talking CM, because I saw the notification pop up because Palmer came out. Actually, that's really funny timing. Characters coming out in both versions on the same day. We have Palmer in the English version, and then we have Hart in this version. So that's kind of funny. I did do like 110 pull just to see if I can get Palmer, but like I don't want to waste. Let me tell you this: I actually remember pretty distinctly that I did try to get Palmer in the Japanese server, like very try hard, aka I had the spark, let's just say that, so that was not fun. I do remember that much, and I don't really want to do the same thing, because as much as I like Palmer, I don't love her that much, so I'll save my gems, my jewels carrots. I don't know why I keep calling them gems, I guess that's my life, but we'll see, depends on, because I'm trying to remember, I mean, now that we have hindsight and we know which characters are coming out next, I can actually properly save. And if I remember correctly, the next few characters for the next month isn't really anybody on my radar, so maybe I might just spend most of my jewels there. Carrots. We will see. No Shino for a weekend. Yep, unfortunately, that is so, you know. Sometimes I have to go touch grass. And well, I guess going to a convention isn't really touching grass, though, because you're pretty much just inside the conventions area. Well, you're still interacting with people, so I guess that's better than nothing. But I'm excited. We'll see if my cosplay comes in time, but if it doesn't, I have a plan B. So, And by plan B, I mean an Ines Fujin shirt that I found that was actually being sold, like, because I know Amazon was selling a whole bunch of, like, I think this was when the game first came out, like the Umamusume, like the shirt with the specific characters. And I was like, oh, surely they don't have Ines Fujin. And then I found out they actually did, and so I was like, holy moly, that's some rare merchandise. I haven't gotten it yet. Actually, you know what? Before I forget, I need to remind myself to buy that. But knowing that Amazon's probably gonna not be a huge rush. But yeah, that's my plan B if the cosplay doesn't come in time. Fall Guys in my Umamusume. I do love that Palmer's thing is literally, her skill animation is literally just Fall Guys. Like, it's not even, like, it's so... Oh, sorry, my contact's acting up today too, it's the thing. Yeah, it's absolutely unabashedly Fall Guys, and I love it. I like to imagine steeplechase horse racing in Umamusume as Fall Guys, like in Palmer's Unique. Yeah, you know, just the elimination competition where, you know, you have all the obstacles that you have to dodge. It's exactly like that. That's what I like to imagine too. But yeah, you know, maybe someday they might include some steeplechase horse races. I know what's his face, Olju Chosan or whatever. I mean, he's like the GOAT. If any, they're probably gonna bring them along, but I don't know how exactly that's gonna. Maybe it's just like a kind of cameo or something, or like maybe an NPC for a. Wouldn't that be funny? Like a scenario based on steeplechase, not them actually doing steeplechase, but like using that as training for actual races. That would be kind of funny. I don't know, maybe. Many ideas for the future. Does make me realize we are going to get a scenario in a couple of months, which I know isn't soon, but like, that is something. Because I know before the crazy 3,600 meter CM, I think that's when the scenario is going to come out, so I know a lot of people are like thinking that that's probably going to have a lot of stamina kind of upgrade boosts. The limits of stamina is probably going to be really high for that. Like, I can see that being like a sort of a long scenario. But I feel like they kind of steered away from like the specialized scenarios, so it's kind of feels like it's just kind of all-purpose, which makes sense because it's like it is kind of a little bit annoying that, you know, if you're trying to train like a specific, like for example with like a cooking scenario, that was like short medium or short mile. And so, like, if you're trying to train the long Uma, it's like, well, they can't use that. I forgot, was the Mega after or before cooking? I think it was after, so... Yeah, I think we were just kind of SOL on that front. Oh, man. Yeah, I need to remove this contact as soon as the stream's over. It's been acting up all day. I know why, there's like a tear in it, and I thought, oh, I'll just wear it today, because I can deal with it. And that was a horrible idea, because I was driving to the grocery store, and my contact suddenly, like, it didn't fall off, but it got, like, I don't know if y'all ever wear contacts, but it's like the thing where it's like, I like rubbed my eye, so then it moved the contact away from my eye, so it like got stuck in my eye, but it wasn't actually on, like, the pupil area, so couldn't see out of my right eye very well, and so I was driving. Luckily, I knew the route pretty well, so I wasn't in too bad of a situation, but yeah, I was driving with like one eye, half blind. Then again, I say that, but like I'm not actually blind. I'm just kind of nearsighted, so I can live without it. But it was definitely kind of weird, like, oh, it's kind of blurry one eye and one not in the other, and then I had to wait until I got to the parking lot before I actually had to fish out my contact lens, put it back on, that kind of thing. So. Life of Shino, apparently. That's been my life. That's what I did today. That's the most interesting thing I did. Oh, well, no, that wasn't today. That was yesterday. That was more Tomodachi life stuff. Is that I finally freaking got my character. Because I talked about it before. I've been trying to get my character, like me, the me version of me, who I have in the game, to actually recognize the crush that Temari has on him, and finally, after all this time, I finally got a cutscene of him getting a crush on her, and then it became a mutual crush thing, and I was like, okay, well now I just gotta get them together in a situation where or like something, and I gotta wait until one of them actually confesses, and then they did, and then they're finally together. So we're good there. Happy times in the fun island. At least it'll never be man-bad, where you need aptitudes in so many different distances just to get a good run. Yeah, I think they kind of learned that you don't want to force your Umas, especially if you're like a dirt Uma and it's just like you're absolutely SOL because of the lack of distances there, or lack of races. Not a fun time. Dreams. But yeah, I think they've realized, I think they've learned a lot of things from Mant, aka never do that again. Because I don't want to return to that, even though we are kind of in that in the English version anyway. Bammo. Spicy, yes! Some spicy shenanigans in fun island. I also added 2 more villagers. Residents? I call them villagers just because Animal Crossing, whatever. I added 2 more residents. One who, see the thing with my residents is like I have a subset of characters that come from actual media, but most of them are just like random ass characters that come up from my mind. I've talked about it before, right? I have like one character who I carried over from my previous island. I have one character who I kind of based off like kind of a goth girl, but ended up kind of combination goth girl, landmine, kind of that trope, that Japanese character trope. I have a character who's kind of like the stereotypical like the nerd that you see in any type of like kind of like hobby, like card store or something, you know, the tall guy, like the weird, like the neck beard, that's kind of the best way of putting it. So those types of characters. I added 2 more, one of which is literally I called her Girl Fail. That is her name. So you can kind of guess from there, like what she's supposed to be like. And let me tell you, I think it's hilarious because like the minute that she got into the island and the minute that I started kind of having her interact with other characters, she suddenly like fell in love with one of the characters. Like she got a crush. Like literally first minute, it's like, oh, we got the cutscene, and then it's like, oh, she fell in love with somebody, and it's like, are you kidding me? It's like that quick, huh? Okay, sure. It's all right. Good luck with that, I guess. So I guess Girlfail will have her stuff with that, and then the other character I made, I don't know how to describe him. I tried to make him based off another character that I had previously, but it ended up kind of morphing into a sort of and this is a really weird way to describe it, but the best way I can describe it is like Hermes from Hades, which is like, I don't know why that was in my mind. I guess because I've been playing Hades a lot, but like it ended up being like, because it's like a combination of like, because he speaks really fast. He's like, I kind of made him to be kind of like a little bit like, first glance he looks like shady businessman who like is trying to like con you, but in actuality he's actually a really nice guy, sort of thing. So that's kind of how I based it, and yeah, that's and he's been making the rounds. Nothing too crazy with him so far. I think the other biggest drama has been I've segregated my like married couples into like separate houses. So like I have 2 married couples right now, and they live in their own house, and like there's been a lot of things about like, oh, I want to live with this person. It's like, oh, I want to live in there already. It's like, I don't, but then I have to be like, no, because they already, or like it's like the thing where it's like, you know, like for example, like my Wade is like, oh, I want to live with Timothy, who's already married. It's like, oh, well, sorry, bud, you can't join this random married couple. It's part of my rules. But the other thing about that too is like I also have, ooh, hold on, I'm at Wandering Dreams here. Is that I have 2 kind of big houses right now. One of, and they've kind of become a pseudo sort of rivalry sort of thing. It's like one versus the other. I say that, but it's like it's very uneven because like one of them is like has like 6 people and the other only has like 2. It's like one kind of segregated away from the big group, which I called the Cool Cats. It's the Cool Cats versus the Dirty Dans, which I was like struggling to try to come up with a name. I'm like, oh god, what should I name these? What should I name this one? And I'm like, oh, I can't think of anything good. Like, I mean, one's the cats, so maybe like the dogs. And then of course my mind went to SpongeBob reference, and I'm like, okay, well, you know, why not just do the Dirty Dance? And so that's how I got to that, I guess. And so they are the Dirty Dans. Unfortunately, the Dirty Dans, like I said, only have 2 members, so they're kind of lacking in the department there. I will say that my character is part of the Cool Cats. They're actually an OG member of the Cool Cats. But given that I'm currently in the relationship with Temari, which sounds so parasocial the way I put it, being in a relationship with a fictional character. By the way, what happened with that inheritance? Did I get anything good? Nope. Okay, cool. Love that for me. But yeah, given that I'm in that part relationship-ish, I see potential of me moving out. And so, unfortunately, the leader of the Cool Cats is in jeopardy right now. That's my Tomodachi life so far. Oh, and I finally got the cutscene of favorite food. And it's hilarious because it was for the newest character I made. And so I spent like so long giving food to everybody, like trying to get somebody to be like, oh, you know, I really like, or like, I love this, or oh, I hate this. And like within the span of, I think this was literally the span of 1 hour, I got both of the most hated and the most liked cutscenes. Let me tell you, when I got the most liked cutscene, I was a little bit like, oh god, what's happening? Because like it was just nothing at first, and then it was the shock, and then I won't spoil it too much if you haven't seen it, but it was hilarious. It was good. I will say they didn't make the hated cutscene as traumatic as it was before, because I remember oh my goodness, the first time I got the most hated food cutscene in the original game, I was like, oh my goodness, that's horrifying. I'm not gonna go too deep into what it is, but it's bad. I don't like it. Not a good time. So yeah, but I finally did that at least, so I don't have to keep gorging my... Well, I guess I can keep gorging my residents food just to give them their favorites and stuff, but at this point I finally got the cutscenes for them, so I don't have to worry about actually getting that. It's like, oh, I'm level 70 something and yet I still haven't gotten this yet. I finally got that, so we're good there. And I don't know how it is for other people, because I've seen people complain about how there's like barely any fights and stuff, and like it's really hard for couples to break up. That the latter part I kind of agree, but I feel like I have a limited amount of data to base that off of, because again, I've only had 3 couples so far. But I can tell you that I've definitely had some fights. I won't say many, but like I've had some. Like I've had 2 so far, both of which had the same character, not characters, but like character, and I'm like, is this guy just apparently this guy's just really, what do you call it, drama queen? Like, it's like, how do you like get into like a fight with this person, and then how do you get into another fight later? It's like, what happened here? It's like, there are so many residents here, and yet somehow you're the one who's involved in both of these fights. Like, how did this happen? But that was the fun time of having to calm them down, and then one of them it's the standard stuff from it's pretty much like the original game, right? It's like one of them calms down, then you have to be like, okay, well, now you have to go apologize, blah blah blah, that kind of thing. So. And the first time, I will say, was a little bit harder because they didn't or like the person apologized and then the other one didn't reciprocate, so then it was a whole thing of, oh, I had to, and then the first person got depressed, so then I had to be like, oh well, they're there, and then had to console them or whatever. That's the hardest part, like consoling consoling your mies is the hardest part because it takes so much effort. Let me tell you, the first time that I had somebody get rejected from confession, that took a while to get solved. In fact, that took like more than a day because I didn't have any could not for the life of me get that meter up for whatever reason, or the sadness meter down, lack of a better term. So yeah, Tomodachi life, living the dream in fun island. But yeah, like I said, it's pretty much just been that and Hades. Hades, I've just been kind of like, I've already, like, I think I've talked about how I've already completed the main kind of, I shouldn't say the main ending, but like yeah, the main ending, not so much the epilogue, right? So, I do want to try and get to the point of the sort of the true ending, I guess, and I've discovered that I've been doing it really wrong this whole time, so I need to change the way I'm doing things, because I was wondering why I was making like no progress in terms of anything, and then I realized, oh wait, I've not been doing the thing I'm supposed to be doing, so that was just an oopsie on my part. Okay, Art Dynamite, thanks for the lost streak, 7 stream streak. There we go. Look at that. Look at all those stream points. You can spend it all on stuff like throwing out. Oh shoot, that reminds me. I need to turn that back on. I don't think I have that on. That one. Where is it? Hero rewards. The make me do a 10 pull, which I actually would not mind if any of y'all do that. I know it's very expensive. Okay, it should be on now. Yeah, it is 2,000 points, and I only have it restricted for users to do it once, and I think it's only restricted to like 2 times per stream for everyone. So just so people don't inundate me with that. But if you want to do that, I would not say no, because you know I do kind of want to do maybe another poll on the support side of things, to maybe get the last copy of Tap Dance City. I kind of doubt that's gonna happen though, so that's why I've been kind of holding off. Yeah. But yeah, I don't know when. That's the thing. Like I don't really want Hades to end. It's still fun. Like I'm still really enjoying it. And the funny thing, I don't know if it's a funny thing, but the thing about it is like I've been kind of more focused on one specific weapon, namely the bow. Because I feel like I'm really good with the bow. I feel like that's been the thing I've kind of mastered the most. Granted, I have tried all the other weapons just because I know there's that one achievement to clear everything with all the weapons. But let me tell you, some of the weapons I just cannot get a good grasp of. Like, especially, what was it, the gun? The gun, I cannot, I just have a really tough time with it for whatever reason. All the other weapons I think I've at least cleared once, but I think the gun is the only one that I still have yet to get the final boss with, or the final battle with, so it's still TBD on that one. But yeah, the bow has been kind of my main weapon, and I've been kind of adding to my Pact of Punishment just to make it, just to get all the rewards and all that stuff. I finally gotten to Skelly's the second statue, so that achievement, I got that one. I don't know if I'm gonna get the third one, because my god, you need so many things for that to happen, and I don't know if I'm that good. And like the thing with the Pact of Punishment is like you need to keep adding, like you add more and more difficult things, like for example, like higher percentage of enemy spawned, or like higher percentage of enemy HP, or or like random stuff like, oh, mini bosses have like one more kind of like added twist to them, or like there's other stuff like that. It's like there's all sorts of different things that you can do, and the combinations of those thereof. But it's fun. I've been enjoying it. Oh shoot, I need to do this. I need to do you. Okay. Alright, well the fact that I didn't get actually talk about this run now is that the fact that I haven't gotten any progress on the distance aptitude is kind of not ideal. Because that means I'm gonna really need to catch up on the second one if I even want to have a chance. Here's the thing, like I think it's really possible to get an S. I think anything less than an S, even for Ines, who I know is jumping up from a G distance rating, anything less than an S, I think for me is just automatically just like run over. Because I haven't done many runs with Ines, but like I've done a few, and like I feel like I've had some pretty decently good results. Like I've gotten like what, a B, an A, an S, and an A, something like that. So it's been, I feel like I have a pretty good shot of actually getting some. Oh, I forgot about the dreams. Like I feel like there should be like, and sure, my RNG can really suck and I can get absolutely nothing, but based on at least what I've gotten so far, why is my... Okay, well, I guess I want to do that anyway. I was gonna ask, why do I have so little HP, or not HP, SP gains? Wait, I did get 455, right? Or was that not 455? I don't remember. I think that was 455. Yeah, whatever. Whatever. Honestly, I kind of want to catch up on the other stats. That's the biggest thing I'm worried about right now. Because like everything else, I was gonna say the speed is already good enough. I don't want to max that out too early. Yeah, it's already 455. I don't understand why you didn't do that. Well, whatever. Okay, at this point, I think I can start catching up on the other stats. Also, it's very hot here. Or it's not very hot here, but it is hot. Weather update. Weather update. That's why my fan's running right now. Because it's been suddenly heating up again, and then apparently it's going to be like that tomorrow, and then suddenly it's going to go back down again, which is good. At least it's not going to stay this way. Dude, I'm not looking forward to the summer. If it's anything like what we had with some of the weeks during like the winter, which the winter was really like, it was hot, honestly. Like I think what there was like a week in March I remember where it was in the high 90s, and I'm like, this is not what I signed up for. This is not what I'm here for. Yeah, I've heard the predictions about this being a really hot summer as well, so it's a good thing I live in an area that, or not an area, an apartment that has central air. I say that, but I'm probably going to move out after my lease is over, which is actually going to be August, so we'll see. But honestly, the more I think about it, the more I'm like, moving is hard. Moving sucks. Even just like not like, I mean, halfway across the country moving definitely sucked, but like no matter what it is, like even if it's just like a few blocks down the road, sort of moving still sucks. So if I don't really find something that's like a much better deal / much better, because this apartment is good. My only biggest reason why I want to move out is because it's freaking expensive, and I've dealt with so many random issues between like my AC leaking and the pipe above my car leaking, which caused the discoloration, which was thankfully able to get out, but like I was worried that my car was permanently stained from that, which was really awesome. Again, thankfully it wasn't. And then that, and then all the other kind of nitpicky BS stuff. It's just been annoying to deal with. Yeah, but you know, if I can't find anything that's like it, and the more I'm thinking, the more I haven't looked too hard, but the more I've been kind of researching into it, the more I've noticed that it's actually just this area is just really expensive, which, you know, that is this area. I'm just gonna be as vague as possible about that. Also not looking forward to summer. Yeah, it's probably not going to be better for y'all either. Like, especially that area, if it's that area that I think of. That area normally gets hot anyway. Like, at least, well, I guess LA. People think LA is, like, really, really hot. It's not really that. I guess it also depends. Like, if you're close to if you're, like, in the west side, close to the beach, that area is a lot cooler than if you're, like, inside, like, more inland. I'm in an area which is decently okay, but like, I know it can get hot, so I thank my lucky stars I have central air, and don't have to deal with air conditioning units and all that baloney. I'm gonna use my last dreams. But yeah, I mean, overall, the last few weeks have actually been pretty good. It's just been this weekend, today especially, was pretty hot. Which I guess also was a contributor to why I didn't go out too much, but like, not really. Even if it was like perfect weather, I still probably wouldn't have done much, because again, I was just real tuckered from the week, and hopefully this week is not gonna... It's gonna be a little bit better, I hope, but we'll see. I don't know, man. This week could also maybe be a little bit of a doozy, and I do need to take care of stuff before I head out, because I took off next week, Thursday, Friday, for the fun times of anime convention. Speaking of conventions, I mentioned in the past how I have tickets for Offkai. I still don't have a hotel. I know they opened up hotel blocks, I think this was last week. This was last Monday, but that was a shit show because I was on that site. I was ready, I was waiting, I was in line, and then they kicked me out. And then I tried getting in, struggling, and then when I finally did get in, all the rooms were booked and sold out. So suffice to say, it's a bit of a struggle. And honestly speaking, if I can't find a hotel room within like the next I don't know, few weeks or so, I might not go, because I've heard that one of the biggest draws about that is like not so much the parties, but like the atmosphere being around the convention and all that stuff. So if I like have to stay at a hotel that's like 3 miles away, it just kind of feels like that's just kind of doesn't feel like it's getting the true experience, I guess. So plus, the more I honestly think about it, the more I'm like, I mean, Offkai would be interesting and all, but like, I'll be honest, and y'all probably know this about me anyway, I don't really watch that many VTubers. Like, I know about the space, I am aware of their existence, but I don't actually really watch that many streams. And so the more I think about it, the more I'm like, do I actually really want to go to a convention specifically for them if I don't actually really participate in that stuff too much? And I don't know, but I still feel like it'll be interesting and fun. I always love going to conventions. I mean, I've been to quite a few at this point, especially some that are pretty close to my area. Nice thing about living here is there's a whole bunch of stuff around, like Anime Los Angeles, and all the different kind of smaller conventions as well. We are not in a good position here. Should I do Dreams? Yeah, I should do Dreams. Okay. But we'll see. We'll see if I can't finagle a hotel. I think that's the biggest concern right now. The other thing I'm also debating is whether or not I want to drive up there or take a plane, because it actually might be cheaper to drive and pay for parking, because it's not going to be that long. The concern about that obviously is the whole thing of, well, you know, I want to get up there, have to drive early, or like wake up early, drive the 6 hours or so to get up there, and I don't know if that's really going to be worth it. So we'll see. It's a whole bunch of stuff. Because that's actually not coming for a while either too, because that's going to be after Anime Expo, if I remember. That's July, right? Right? Hold on, wait, is that July, or am I stupid? Or is that June? That might have been June, actually. When is Offkai again? It was July, right? Yeah, July. Okay, so I still have plenty of time. I don't know why I thought it was like June. Late June. No, it's late July, so we got time. Hypothetically speaking. But which is why I haven't canceled yet, I guess. But it could be fun. We'll see. Alright, Takarazuka Kinen. Oh wait, shoot. We were, and I have not been paying attention, so we've already passed the other inheritance. Not that I think that we jumped from. Could you imagine if I jumped from C to S? That'd be quite the miracle, honestly. Even then, I don't think. Even if I did jump to S, I still don't see this run being very good. It hasn't been that good so far. Did I make it to 858? I don't think so. I think I got one short. I did. Whatever. That's fine. That's whatever. Okay, the more important thing is, how are my aptitudes? Oh, I was short. I was just barely short. Wow, I got no aptitudes. Okay, never mind. This is a rip run. I'll just finish it off. I mean, we're this far in anyway. I'm not gonna quit this late in. That seems like kind of a waste. Oh, that's actually kind of good, but also I have no energy. I am not good there, so Let's do that. Let's get Forever Young into the young play. And then get something good, question mark? I'll risk it. Okay, so that's good for speed, which is good, because all my other stats are absolutely not looking good. I kinda need to do one of these again, and focus only on wits, because at least that gives me energy. Okay, I may have actually messed up, because I think I might have actually maxed out speed too early. Okay, I have how many turns left to do non-dreams? Oh, 50-50. I don't love those odds. I put myself in a little bit of a pickle. Okay, I'm gonna make a huge gamble here. I'm going to do that. I'm gonna hope that I get a good weight training that doesn't require me to do dreams. Oh, but I need 2 more non-dreams trainings here. Oh, there's one. Okay, that's good. We'll take that. Gives a little bit of breathing room. I don't know why I'm so worried about this when I knew that when I know this run's already DOA, but let's get in the right mindset for when I'm actually doing a good run, or like a run that matters. Okay, so I'm gonna use my last dreams. I think I have to do it on guts because oh yeah, everything else is not looking. Yeah, I already maxed out too quickly on the speed side of things. Oh well. All right, where is she at, Delmar? Not Santa Anita. Oh man, I do have to visit Delmar sometime. It's how far? Oh, hold on, how far of a drive would it be? It shouldn't be that far. Probably like maybe hour and a half-ish. Maybe 2 hours at most. Hold on. Let me do some searching. Let me actually. Well, while this is happening, get that going. Delmar race track. Why is it not? Oh, Delmar racing. Okay. Let's see, my current location is that. Oh, that's a lot. Well, okay. Oh, I see why. Because it's halfway to San Diego. Okay. So that is actually kind of a lot further than I thought it would be. Okay. So like 2 hours. I mean, that's not horrible, honestly. Maybe one of these days. I know the Breeders' Cup is not going to be in either Delmar or Santa Anita for a while, so that's out of the question. But I'm sure there's going to be other like important races. Actually, speaking of Santa Anita, I will be there next week because I know there's a cosplay event being held over there. So that's one reason why I'm not streaming. The other reason is another thing that I'll be going to, which I will not be naming the specifics of, but. That'll be fun. I'm hoping my cosplay comes before then so I can actually have something to wear. Again, worst case is I can have my Ines shirt and be appreciated by people who may or may not know. Well, then again, Ines is out now at this point in English version, so like people will probably know, but it's just like I don't think she's been very appreciated. I don't think she's getting the appreciation she deserves for carrying for being the backbone, for carrying the pillars of the Japanese economy. Because that's how she is, with her 200 part-time jobs. Okay, well, let's see how quickly I can do this part at least. And actually, yes. Gold skills first, the rest to nowhere. Okay. Actually, no, these suck. Why would I take these? Actually, I don't even know. These are very, like, what is it? 3? I don't know. Yeah. I feel like I can take other skills over that one. Sure. I mean, again, it doesn't matter. This is DOA already, so... And I don't even think this is going to reach UA. Let's find out. Let's find out. Let's find out. There you go. So many buttons to press before actually getting to the results. Alright, let's see. Yep, UB7. Yeah, that's kind of expected. The guts, the power, the wit was not looking good. It's kind of hard when it's kind of hard when you're kind of capped on the amount of stamina that you have. Like the stamina being low also really does not help with the rating there. That's kind of where I think you need to bring in stamina inherits, but that is asking for a lot. Especially if you're like me and you're trying to, you know, bring in all the short inherits that you can, so you can't really have everything unless you really want to try. But I'm not really that motivated, dedicated, whatever the word is. Hey, look at that. Oh, Vergina pieces. What about, how did I get Vergina pieces? Oh, okay, I see. This is the Spring G1 missions. Oh, it's Victoria Mile, that's why. Okay. Victoria Mile? Victoria Mile, yeah, okay. Did I race Victoria Mile? No, I didn't. Did any of these racing Victoria Mile? Do all the missions. 3 times. 2 times. None of these are about actually racing the Victoria Mile, which is kind of funny. Okay. Well, anyway. Back at it again. Let's do it. Hope for better RNG this time. In terms of actually getting the inherits we need. Because that's the first thing. Like, everything else doesn't matter if we can't get S distance on the short. And if I can't get anything good, I might switch over to like Machan or Believe, which are my other candidates, to at least make me feel a little bit better about myself. Because Ines is going to be the biggest struggle, given that we have to have her jump from G all the way to S. At least this time I don't have to worry about, see, this is a little easier than having her be a dirt candidate, because the whole thing is like, you know, I had to do from S to G, or G to S in dirt, or G to A at least, on top of the fact that I also wanted her distance to be S, so there was a little bit of a weird finagling with that. We'll do this one. I don't know why, I think this one's a little bit easier, because it's like you can just cram her full of short factors, and then it's fine, and then we're like, okay, wow, just hope, pray for the RNG gods. Come on, RNG gods, give me what I want. Have I? I have not. Well, yeah. Get Yonko. I have not gotten Casino Drive though yet, so that's a concern. Well, where is she? Why? That is the exact same arrangement that it was last time. I don't get it. Okay, well, I'm kind of... Yeah, I kind of have to. If I don't do this sooner rather than later. I don't see that being good. Give me the skill. Okay. Ooh, 30. Yeah, wow. I'm gonna actually heal. Okay, that actually worked out because I needed Marsh. Why is nobody joining Yonko in her fun times? Why is it only her? Apparently, nobody wants to join Yonko. Well, never mind, there we go. Yeah. I do need Marsh one more, otherwise I run the risk of not getting her to F. Oh boy, decisions. I don't think this is gonna happen, lads. I don't think this is the run. I'm just gonna say that right now. Yeah, that's not gonna be enough. Unless I get the Yonko events? Yanko event. Hey, there we go. Maybe we might have a chance now. Yeah, no. Oh my god, are you kidding me? I was this short for getting her to Friendship Rainbow Fun. Okay, well, that's not happening then. In that case, what I'll do instead is cry. Guess I'll just do this. Oh, that's so unfortunate. And there she. Okay, well there she is now. This happens a lot where I'm like, oh, I need this thing to happen, doesn't happen, and then it immediately happens literally the turn after. I feel like I don't know why this reminds me of that, but like it's like the whole thing with it's like Cards Against Humanity when you play a card and you're like, oh okay, and then you draw a card. It's like, oh, this card's so good for this situation. You know, hashtag relatable content. I haven't played that game in such a long time now that I think about it though. I mean, it does kind of get to a point where it kind of gets old, right? Because you have the same cards, the same deck. I feel like at a certain point it loses its replayability value. So I guess that's why they had the expansions, but at a certain point, like, you just have to keep on expanding more and more and more, and then it's just like, it's like a point of no return, I guess? I don't know, but it just doesn't feel worth. Excelente. $13 as per usual. I don't think it usually ever changes from that. If I'm lucky, sometimes I'm gonna get 15, but that's just that's not really worth it usually anyway. So I will not worry about that just yet. Okay. Cool. I love that. This is actually pretty terrible for a start. Not gonna lie. Like nobody's grouped together. I've gotten pretty much nothing in terms of like the support stuff. Like I still don't have my date event. That's also the biggest thing. Like look at this. Look at this. Look at this BS. Please give me my date event. I don't remember what this one is. Okay, sure, stamina. Date event? Yeah, okay. Oh, there we go. See, now this is what I'm talking about. That's what I want. Date event? Okay. Just so I can try and get her date event. Just gonna keep on pestering her about it. Okay. That's how you do it, folks. You just keep pestering you. It's how I did it in Tomodachi Life. I just kept dragging my character to her over and over and over again in trying to get some character interactions. And that's how it works in real life. Take it from me, an expert in the field. Certified expert in dating. Date event? Oh, come on. Yeah, you know, every time you just meet up with her, you just ask to her face, date event? It's just like those two words. That's how you get into it. Oh man, okay, no date event this time. Date event? Date event? No. Cutscene event? Date event? Oh. I am disappointed. Date event? This will be a perfect time for date. Oh, date event! Well, look at that. And it's a perfect time too, because I don't have any energy, so we're just gonna have to do that real quick to catch up. Okay. Oh, I need to do a dreams. You're so right about that. You're so right, game. Thanks for reaching out for me, or thanks for checking out for me. Always big preach on that. Speaking of preach, okay, well, I don't have both of my speeds ready, so actually this is one of those times where I'll just do something like this. Okay, and they're still not gonna be ready actually, so I'm not gonna focus on double speed here. I keep forgetting what the best one is for this. Well, I don't need any energy, so And then, oh, Suburban's still not ready, so I guess I'm just gonna have to do... Honestly... Yeah... Man. That's what happens when neither of your... Or not neither of your, That's what happens sometimes when you don't have both of your speed cards ready for friendship. They're not friends just yet. But now they're friends, so now we're good, except it's too late. Well, not really. There's still plenty of time. Hopeful stakes. I wonder if I should. Well, no, I don't know if I want to switch it up. But yeah, it's the same old of those races. Because I'm doing the turf, right? The turf classic, regular turf, whatever you want to call it, turf medium. The turfy turf race. I don't know. One of those names. Oof, we are not doing well in the category of the DPs, the double points, the disco points. I don't know what DP stands for. Dream points. That would make sense. Unfortunately, I don't usually make sense. Okay, well, we still have this opportunity to catch up and get 455. It's not out of the loop, but it's still kind of iffy. Yeah, it might be iffy. Well, that kind of helps maybe. Well, not really. I need to get at least 3 Bs, right? Which means I need 5 more level ups on the side of that one, so... Unfortunately, I'm not getting anything here. No me gusta. Let's just get Marsh. Top 5 game for the first time in my life. Okay. Okay. Ooh, wait, hold on. I'm always on the hunt for these double support ones. Especially when it's the rainbow training anyway, so... What? Does feel weird having my my speed not be absurdly high compared to everything else, because that's usually how these end up going, but... This time that situation just didn't arise because of how I didn't have the double supports ready, double speeds. What is this? I don't remember what this is. This is that one, actually, okay. Because I have an idea. That's my idea. Okay. I have a feeling that on see what can we get 2 of these to show up like more often? Or are they just gonna separate from each other? Because this makes it really difficult to try and get what I want, which is better ranked supports here. And so far at this pace, I don't think we're getting 455. Although this inheritance event is very important. Let's see how this goes. Oh, 1. Okay, there's 1. Oh, there's 2. Okay, we're up to A. That's already a good start. Unfortunately, my stats are absolute shite, and so are my supports, but at least our inherits actually showed up this time. Just need everything else to kind of line up. Actually, well, it could still happen. Hold on. There might be a chance, question mark, if I can make miracles happen and get a Christmas miracle going. Oh, I'm big brain thinking here. 69, very nice, very nice. Okay, oh, big brain, biggest brain of my brain. Wait, I have an idea. Wait. Oh no, my idea is not gonna work though. Oh, because if I do this and then leave Red Desire with an empty... Oh yeah, because that's not gonna work, because I'm gonna have... I still have the 2 Dreams trainings left, so I'm not gonna be able to do a date event, get that gauge filled up, Oh man, I thought it was gonna be big brain there for a second, but no, it's not gonna work. Unless, hold on. Yeah, it's not gonna work. Dang it. Damn it, Bobby. Wait, can I just not do a dream? It doesn't force me to do a dreams training, right? It's just gonna warn me, like, hey, you're gonna miss out on your dreams training. Which I know is crazy just leaving one of them and not doing it, but like, I might have to do that, low-key, high-key. Yeah, I'm not kidding. Wait, hold. Yeah, no, I think this actually might be the strat. If I want to get that fabled 455, I think this might be the play. So then that leaves that empty. That's going to get filled up by 1 with the current race that's about to happen, which is whatever. But then we get that. I do a date event, fill that up, and then the last Dreams Train will get every one of those up to B, which should be enough to get us to 455. It's crazy, because that does mean I have to skip out on 1 Dreams training, but I think that's how we have to do it. I think the benefits are, I think the trade-offs are worth it. So, let's do it. And yeah, the game's gonna be screaming at me as like, oh, you're gonna miss out on Dreams training, and I'm like, well, that was all purpose all along. That was my purpose. Because otherwise, there's no way. Yeah, it's gonna be like, oh, you have to. Okay, so you can skip it. It just tells you, it just gives you a warning, but it's like you're not forced to have to do Dreams training. That's interesting. Okay. Hey, look, there's our Umo of the hour, or in 2 hours. Okay, and so now if I do this. That gets us all to B, and so that should be enough for the 455. I had to use a lot of big brain there, big brain power, but there's a big brain time over here. So yeah, that should be enough. Gets us to 17 points. I had 3, so yeah, that barely gets us there. Okay. Well, if it works, it works. Perfect. I love it. Love to see it. Beautiful. Okay, now I just need. So that's the first. That was the first hurdle. Actually, the first hurdle was really just kind of getting the inherits to work out, and they did. So now this next hurdle is pushing it over the top to get S short, and then getting all the stats to work out, which is a huge ask, I realize, but it could happen. See, like that was nice. That was absolutely Gucci, but unfortunately it's not working like that usually. Yes. And then that does that. And then if I'm lucky, which I'm not, but that's actually good. I was gonna be like, I was actually prepared to use my dreams training for that, but that's fine. Okay. Okay, Bourbon's good with that. Okay, decisions. I'm gonna go with this one. Okay, everybody's at 8 now. See, I'm not as worried this time of getting to 858. I don't think it's gonna happen unless miracles happen. Unless I can get a miracle going. But I'm not counting out just yet. But I don't want to really risk any good trainings to get to that point, because I don't think the trade-off between 7 and 8 is not really worth it. Oh, it's pizza. Victoire pizza. Speaking of pizza, I do have pizza. Some leftover pizza that I bought way too much of, so that's sitting over there on my counter. So in honor of Victoire Pizza, I think I'm gonna have some pizza after the stream. Good old pizza. Ooh, I don't really like any of these options, but I don't think Dreams Training is kind of a good option either. Wait, why did it? Oh, okay. Wait. Oh. I was like, why didn't it do the 111? It did not do the 111 because Yanko over there was ahead of everybody else. Just like in real life, Yanko is our Nepo child baby that we all love. All hail Yonko. Well, that'll help a little bit. Bottom to get 30 power. Thank you. We can finally get that catch up. This might be a good time for a well, actually, hold on. Debatable, yeah. I was like, should I just do a dreams or should I just take that? That one's not too bad, so. This morning. Oh, Red Desire was there too. I didn't even notice that. Oh, we could have got to watch her do her paddock animation with her falling to her knees, literally falling to my knees. It's that whole meme of falling to my knees at a blank. I love that meme. Is that that? I feel like it's a sports meme actually. I don't think that's like a no. That's not a sports meme. That is a general meme. I've seen that in other. I don't remember what the original context of that was, but I need to do dreams. But yeah, that's used in not sports, but like I've seen that in like the subreddits all the time. Whenever something distressing happens, it's like, oh, falling to my knees at a Culver's. Literally, Red Desire falling to my knees at the paddock. Except it's a good thing because that's how she lives. I almost chose the wrong thing there for a second. The drawbacks of not actually looking at my screen. There we go. This one for 35. Okay, well, not left with much choice but to do that. Decisions. And the decision is to catch up on all the other stats right now. Honestly, though, the speed is not as good as I'm hoping in retrospect with all the other stats being that low. So we really need to start catching up on the stat side of things. And hope that the other things kind of, and hope that kind of can lead us to victory over here. I'll have to see. So far, this has not been the best run, I'll say, but there's still some time. There's still some time, so you know. Yeah, look at that. I'm gonna have 0 points left over. There's unless I get like a miracle run going in these next 12 turns, there's not a way. Oh, the Red Desire over there praising the Amazake. And then, oh, that's cute. The puppet, or sorry, Maru-chan doing her thing. She has a name. She has a goddamn name. Don't call her just a puppet. Ah, yeah. Minus with the kickboard because she can't swim, just like the real horse. Just like Mirako, just like Oguri, just like Goldship, just like all these other characters that can't do any swimming. Okay, so now I have 2 date events left, I think, so I might have to use one of those. Or definitely gonna use one of those, but like that's actually probably a better thing more than it. Yeah, I do, okay. Sure, let's do that. One of these is healing, which I don't need. Actually, never mind. Neither of those are healing. I don't remember. I don't remember which one's which. Ooh, spicy beans. That's some spicy beans right there. Ooh, I will take the stamina, thank you. Stamina feels like it's always usually a big concern. Ooh. Okay, wait, hold on. We might be cooking. Let him cook. Okay, okay, we might be cooking, question mark. We might continue to be cooking. I really don't think 858 is happening, but honestly, I don't care about that anymore. It's really more the stats. Okay, this inheritance event is also super important. Can we get another pink factor? We want to see pink. Show us the pink. Show me the pink. Show me the pink. Show me the pink. Fuck. Okay, well. Not the worst thing, but also not good. This run is been put on life support as if it already wasn't from the beginning, but now it's even more so. It's on the bed there. The meter's going beep beep beep, and you're just waiting for it to pull the whether we pull the plug on it or not. But I'm just gonna keep on letting it live because I want to get fans? Question mark? I don't know why I'm keep doing this. For the experience, I guess. We'll get you the focus. That's good. Choo choo. Choo choo. Okay. I don't love any of this, and I do have a data vet still, so I'm just gonna go for it. Also, my neck has been really acting up lately. I don't know, I think I slept in the wrong position. So, my neck is just really sore. That doesn't help either. Ow. Ugh. Hope it gets a little better. Is this what it's like getting old? I think that also might be a thing, you know? And I'm just getting older, so I get random pains from stuff. But I do think this is because I slept in a weird position, or something happened, where my neck is all fucky. It's a little bit better than it was yesterday. Yesterday was bad. Like, I couldn't turn my head in certain directions because I was just like, pain. But it's a little bit better now, at least. I'm not looking forward to getting older and to the point where I just wake up with random ailments, because that is apparently a thing, and oh boy, is that going to be fun. I need to do a dreams. Yeah, it's going to be fun times. Speaking of fun times, oh, I don't really love any of these options here. I guess... You know what, I'm kind of glad that I didn't get the S distance, because then I would have really been trying to copium getting all the stats to line up, but they are just not. This run was honestly kind of cursed from the start, between not getting the date event to line up, between Yanko not getting both initial pre-debut kind of dreams trainings with Yanko fully ready, so there's a lot of things that just didn't line up there. I really just need everything to line up perfectly in order to get what I need, which is just this game kind of in a nutshell. It is what it is. Doesn't help that I don't have like the ideal support cards, but that's what you do when you're not a complete mega whale, like some people. Only a slightly I wouldn't even consider would I consider myself a whale? I don't think so. I don't spend like hundreds of dollars in this game per month. God no. I think if anything, I'm more of like a dolphin than anything. Oh, I was actually kind of close though. Oh man, look at how close I was to actually getting 858 there. So close to getting a Christmas miracle. Alas, it's freaking May, so no Christmas miracles allowed. No miracles allowed in this stream. Think there's a miracle? Absolutely not. If you wanted to go see your miracle, go see KS Miracle or like Hishi Miracle or any of the other characters like that. Which I'm not even training, so of course we're not going to see that. I don't like any of these options. I'm just going to go with this. And in fact, I'm actually going to just do the... I'm just going to get that. Get Machan in the way. Ah, Machan, we love you and your photobombing ways. And your mascotty ways. And your referring yourself to the first person ways. Never forget. I know I won't ever forget. Meeting her Seiyu, that is, but like also, yeah, I won't never forget. Ooh, I don't like any. Speaking of which, is that this weekend or next weekend? Asen's coming up next week. I'm a little bummed out that I'm gonna be missing out on it this year because it's looking pretty crazy, especially for people Idolmaster fans, because I mean, they're gonna do a whole damn like concerts with a lot of the kind of members there, so, or not a lot, but like a good handful. So I'm jealous that I still don't live in that area, so I can go over there. But I'm not the biggest Idolmaster fan. I mean, it'd still be an awesome experience, but I'm not as big of a fan to fly all the way halfway across the country to go there. So that's one reason why I'm not going. The other reason is because I already unfortunately have plans for this weekend anyway. Like I mentioned, the reason why I'm canceling Saturday. So it's oh, I don't have any day events left. Oh wait, what am I doing? I'm doing dreams, not a date event. That's not what I'm doing. But yeah, have anybody out there going to Asen or like living in the Chicago Midwest area or kind of looking forward to that. Have fun, and I've had some good fun with ASEN in the last 2 years that I went. So it's a nice convention. It's not too big, but it's a good decent size. I mean, it's gotten some pretty good guests over the last few years. Heck, that was where I met the Aston Machan VN. Yeah, the Aston Machan VN. No, the Aston Machan VA. Like, that's where I met her. So it's fun stuff. Fun island. Conventions are always a good time, except for when they aren't. Because I have heard some bad stories, but unfortunately, that's how it works sometimes. I don't like any of my options here. I'm gonna do dreams. And then I have a conundrum to make, because I'm actually still short on... That's not gonna be worth it. That might be worth it. Okay, that's good for power... Not power. Why do I keep saying power? Speed and wit is good. The other two, as per usual... Oh, that's such a good training! Oh, but I... Wait, I don't have any dreams left. Oh, so that is a good training. I was gonna be all like, oh no, I have to do dreams because I'm stupid, but then I realized I'm stupid in a different way. Hey, it's Santa Anita. Hey, I've been there. That south entrance gate. I've been through that exact area. Look at that old man next to a Casino Drive over here. I've seen this exact guy. He was waiting in line right next to me because I was getting my... Not my tickets, but I don't even know what I was waiting in line for, to be honest. I was just waiting in line because I saw a huge line. I was like, oh, this has to be something. Just not a good mindset to have. Anyway, let's race in Santa Anita, shall we? Hey, I recognize that. Hey, it's the mountains. I've seen those all the time. Wow, that's crazy. Wow, it's Marsha Lorraine. I haven't seen her in a while. I've seen her I see these characters all the time, too. Wow, it's Forever Young. Wow, it's Red Desire. Wow, it's Ines Fujin racing in the BC turf. Wow, it's the famous paddock that's in Santa... This is not Santa Anita, by the way. I think... What is this? This might be Del Mar, actually. It looks a little bit like that course, because I can tell you 100% this is not Santa Anita. I think it's just a random-ass paddock they figured out. Oh. That I do not recognize. Let's see how the stats lined up. I don't think this is going to be a high score, but... And actually, I think this barely might be UA. Let's see. That stamina still is really going to be the anchor to everything here. Yeah, I don't think that's going to be enough. Also, oh, my neck is acting up. Oh no, ouchie. Let's get this going, and then I might actually switch over to training a different character, namely Machan. So I can feel like I can see what it's like to actually maybe get an S distance aptitude. Imagine if I still don't get an S distance aptitude. I think, wasn't it last week's stream where I did a believe run with the 18 stars of short inherits, and I still didn't get a single one of them to show up? And that was unbelievable. That was actually kind of amazing, but like not in a good way. I was just kind of, I was flabbergasted. I was as they say, you know, smeckledorfed, even though that's not a real word. Yet another SpongeBob reference. Okay. Where are all of my skills? I have no gold skills. What happened here? Okay, well, that's not what you want to see. Turns out this actually was not even close to being the run, because I didn't even get any skills either, so I guess that's just SOL on my part. Well, in this case, then maybe I need to just do everything here, like this one, and 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 I still have 650 points left over, so this one, this one, and I still have points left over, so I think I've already gotten everything, so let me just take these random ass stats, random ass ones, like this one, and oh, I don't have any points for that, and this one, why not? Why not? Just take both of those, even though it's never worth it to take both of those. Both levels, I mean. Okay. If I had to predict, this is probably like UB8 or something. I don't think this is UA either, so let's take a gander. Oh no, it's UA. Look at that. I underestimated myself. And I gotta inherit in medium. Interesting. Third place. Let's go. Just like nice nature. All right. Well, that was that. No, oh, I forgot the event's still going. I am way too many. I've already gotten so many event points at this rate, which is good, I guess. Okay. Well, got more Virginia points. Okay. Let's see. Let's do no Karen. I'm not doing you just yet. Where is Machan? Where Machan? There you are. Milestone Machan, Valentine's version. I'm gonna switch. Actually, is that good? Is that right? That's not right. Well, hold on. No, that's not right because that's not using my. That's not using my Nishino flower. So hold on, let me switch that real quick. Okay, it's gone forever. Nishino flower. Oh, speaking of which, I'm glad the Takyun event is coming soon because this Nishino flower only has the 2 inherits or 2 stars for power, which still kind of drives me a little bit crazy. So I'm glad I'll have the opportunity to change that. Was this the one that I wanted to borrow? I don't remember. Let's see. Ines Fujin. Ines Fujin. Ines Fujin. Ines Fujin? It's this one. Oh god, which one is this one? Which it's gonna be hard to tell which. Okay, so that's 332. I don't Was it that one that I just selected? I'm not sure. Is it this one? 332. This might be this one. I think it's this one. Okay. Sure. Yeah, that gives me enough for the distance, and that's it. And if I somehow still don't get S shorts, I will rage quit. So look forward to that. I said that last time too, and I still think I want another run, so clearly I don't actually mean these things. But we'll see how this goes. Okay, BC Turf Sprinto. Perfect for a sprinter. The BC Turf Sprint. No. And in fact, now that I think about it, maybe I should put Ines also in that plan as well, the BC Turf Sprint. That actually might be a little bit better than the current plan that I'm doing. Because if I remember correctly, anybody who does the turf sprint finishes their races with the last race before the BC race is the Takamatsu no Miyakinen, which is way in like late March, which means between that you have so many turns to take advantage of all the kind of late game sort of things. So kind of makes me think that maybe that might be the play. We'll see though. We'll see. Yeah, Yonko. Let's just load up in Yonko. Don't love the way I said that, but it is kind of that idea. 30. Thank you. Obenkyo desu. Okay. Yeah. My goodness, look at that amount of look at that stamina amount. That's not enough. That's not nearly enough. One of these is power. Okay, yeah, it's this one. I'm looking all shocked with Hishiyama. Okay. Okay, this should be enough. I think we're in a good position right now. Okay, we really... Well, ideally I'd like this date event before the debut race. Date event? Not really starving for it right now, but also it would be nice to have it sooner rather than later. Date event? Nope. Dieto Evento. Where is she? Wait, she's not even in here. What the hell? I've scared her away. I've scared Casino Drive away so many that she's not even showing up in any of these. Shaking my head. Okay, well. Yeah, you're not happy, Machan. It's fine. Got you. Got you, bae. Okay. Date event? That's not a date event. What is this? That event. Okay, date event. Wow. Not yet. Date event? No. This one is speed. Okay, speed or wit. I'll go wit. Okay, hopefully this isn't like the last one where I don't get the event to show up for whatever reason. Show me the results. They are excellent. As always, I'm always excellent. I always feel excellent. That's a complete lie, by the way. I don't feel excellent. When's the last time I really felt excellent? That's a really sad question to ask, actually. Let's not go that route. No, I'm feeling good right now. I am still a little bit tired, but I got a good amount of sleep last night. So hopefully I can start getting a consistently actually good bedtime. Because, man, it feels like I have not been really doing that recently. Do I do a date event? I don't really want to do this. Let's just go for this one. Okay. Alright. There she is. Now I can ask her to her face. Date event? No date event? Ah. Break skateboard. Surely this time would be... There we go. That's what we like to see. Okay, oh me... I don't like any of these options. And I don't want to use a Dreams just yet. You may be thinking, why not do a Dreams? Because that's not really a good time for that. With how none of these cards, other than Yonko, none of these cards are ready for Friendship Rainbow Training yet. So that's why I'm like a little bit hesitant. Which one of these is actually really good? Yeah, that one. And actually, this is a good time for a date event, so let's do that. Young and Unstoppable sounds like my life? No. Never at any point would I describe my life to be that. Young and Unstoppable. Yeah, I don't know about that. Neither of those things have happened in a long time. Oh, look at how cheerful she is. Give me the top option, only because I think the other two are more focused on mid. Okay. Yes. Oh, benkyo desu. Okay. Yeah, because I think she just gets put into like these random races at the beginning here. Because there aren't really any good sprint races except for the 2 dual sprints, which aren't until later anyway, so like those 2, see? After this one at least. Okay. I think my other concern is that I've not been getting the skill cards to show up. Which maybe that was just that event, or not event, that run. That last run was just very, very weird. for many reasons. Okay, let's see. Oh yeah, wait, what am I doing? No, duh. That's the obvious choice. Give me my SP, my skill points. And then we'll do that one more time. Even more skill points. Oh yeah, now that's what I usually see. Is way too much speed compared to everything else. That's usually how these go. Okay. 17. Ooh, 17. Hold on, that actually might be enough to get me one more level than I usually do. Right? 20? Yeah, it is. Okay. I'll not complain about that. Thank you very much. Nice. Hi. When my content is literally just repeating the same voices over and over, or the characters' voices, I think that's a good place to question what I'm doing. Oh man, this is not good. I really don't want to use the dreams this early. I think I'm gonna just do this. I don't have a reason for that. I just felt like I wanted to get Loves a little bit more closer to the rest of the group. Okay, you know that's an easy decision right there. That's easy, and also very preferred. What do we got here? Energy, or I don't need energy. I need stats, even if it's like nothing compared to the actual. Yeah, that's probably fine. All right. Oh man. Okay. Let's see. Oh. Wait, why did I think that there was more than one there? No, okay, that makes my decision a little easier. Never mind. Okay, everybody's at C, which is good, I guess, but like I kind of need them to be B in order to get the patented 455 movement technology. So, need to try a little. There's still some time. I'm not really too. I'm starting to get a bit worried now. Actually, hold on. I'm looking at this now. Okay, well we're one step closer. I just need 2 more of those to transform. Okay, I'm not. Now the inheritance event is less nerve-wracking now that I don't have to have too high expectations. Please get me something good. Can I get a pink? Oh, there it is. Okay, didn't take too long. We are good on that. I mean, that was like the smallest of requirements, especially when she's already at an A, but still a little bit, still not guaranteed, so nice when it does happen. Okay. Should I date event here? Depends on whether I have a good turn. Yeah, I'll do a date event. Like right on the precipice there. The precipice. Today's word of the day is precipice. What does it mean? I don't know. Go search for yourself. That just reminds me of like Sesame Street and stuff. I didn't really watch Sesame Street growing up. I think I went on a whole tirade one of my past streams about how the cartoons that I used to watch as a kid, because I watched a lot of TV. Probably more TV than I probably should have as a kid, because I didn't really have many friends around me when I grew up. I had friends, but like, which I'd like to emphasize once more, but none of them that like lived near me, so it's kind of hard to like actually like play and meet up and stuff. So growing up, I would just one, play a lot by myself, and two, not that way, you sickos, and two, watch TV. But Sesame Street, I think, was not really my jam, I guess. Not really something I think that's kind of accurate, because I didn't move, or I guess context is that I didn't grow up in the US, I guess, per se. So that might have been another thing too, is that I kind of, by the time that I lived in the US, and by the time that I understood enough English, I outgrew the demographic of that show. So that, I think that is a big reason why I just never really got into it. Because if I grew up with it, or if I was living in the US at the time, that, you know, most people would usually watch it, or most kids would usually watch it, then yes, maybe, but nah, I wasn't like that. So instead, I watched other children's cartoons featured around children's card game. No, I'm just kidding, I didn't watch Yu-Gi-Oh! Yeah, that's the other thing about that too, is like I didn't watch any of the kind of like the like, I know a lot of people grew up on, obviously, like with the Saturday morning anime stuff, like Dragon Ball, Naruto, maybe like Digimon, Yu-Gi-Oh, that kind of thing. Out of all of those, I really only watched like Pokemon, and I didn't really consider it to be like anime. I considered it more like, oh, it's just Pokemon, you know? It's its own thing. So the part of it why I was just like I didn't really get into anime until like late high school, college, honestly. So I was pretty late when it came to that stuff. But I guess better late than never when it comes to that kind of thing. Although, to what extent, I don't know. It's funny because now I don't even watch that much stuff. Like, if you ask me, this season, what's airing right now? I mean, I know this season there's a whole bunch of good stuff that's airing, but I don't think I'm really watching anything per se, because nothing really interests me. I don't know, but like, I know a lot of it is sequels too, which is the other thing about it. It's like, you kind of have to watch the other stuff first. But I've also heard some good things about, what is that? There is that, the manga, or not the manga, the anime about the, spin-off, not a spin-off, but, really related to Full Metal Alchemist. And I only know this because my friend is actually a manga editor, and he actually, one of the works that he works on, or like manga editor in the sense that like he helps with like kind of, like overseeing like the translation, the editing, all that stuff about like the English releases and stuff. And I know one of the titles that he works on, and one of the titles that he kept hyping because he was really excited for, was that one, Demons of the Shadow Realm, I think it's called. That one looks interesting. Then again, I think I've talked about, I'm not a huge shonen guy. I don't really watch that many shonen shows, so even then, you know, I still feel like, you know, if it's a good story, I'll watch it. So I'll wait until the full show's out before reserving judgment / watching it. But it seems like it might be interesting, so who knows? But I know that one's one. What's the other kind of original anime that are currently airing right now? I'm not sure. That's the thing, right? It's just like, I'm not exactly sure. So. And there's still stuff from like previous seasons that I kind of either watched a few episodes of and kind of stopped watching, or were interested in watching, and then I was just waiting until the season was over until I could binge watch all of them. But those are still kind of in the back burner, I guess. Like, what was it? You and I Are Polar Opposites. That one's kind of interesting though, because like I've read the entire manga of that, so that one doesn't feel like as much of a priority. But the episodes that I did watch were very good, so, and they did a really good job of adapting the uniqueness of the manga. So I was having a good time with that. The thing with, you may be thinking like, oh, you know, he dropped it because he got bored of it, or he didn't like watching it or whatever. No, I actually really, most of the time it's more so like, I don't know, stuff takes like other things take priority. It kind of falls off the wayside, but I never really get to a point of where I'm like, oh, I don't like watching this anymore. Let's stop. I guess it's more so like it doesn't like really like completely hook me, but it does hook me to some extent. It just doesn't do so much to the point of where I have to watch all the episodes, drop everything I'm doing, and just kind of, you know, focus on watching that. The last time that really happened was probably Food for the Soul, which was a slice of life cooking kind of anime. And even then, that kind of admittedly fell a little bit towards the end because I felt like the concept got a little bit old, for lack of a better term. So I don't know if they ever make a second season of that. Maybe I might watch it, but I'm not really too pressed for future iterations of it. So, and I think I remember that one's an anime original too. So not like it's like has to have stuff that it adapted or didn't adapt in the future or that kind of thing. It's just like, you know, if it gets another season or whatever, that'd be good. But it's not like it's like unadapted content or anything. It would have to be its own thing again. But stuff like, yeah, You and I Are Polar Opposites, Journey with which I've heard really good things about, and I did watch the first episode and really liked the concept. That one I think I do definitely need to watch at some point because that was very promising and I've heard very good things from people about it, so 100% need to take some time to watch it one of these days. Among the many other anime that I have on my list that I still need to watch, like Frieren and all the other like kind of like, and Dandadan's like first, or like not first season, second season, because I think I watched like one episode of that back when it was airing and then I kind of stopped for whatever reason, so I need to get back into rewatching it. The thing with Dandadan is like I don't really, my hot take is that it's good, but like it's not like amazing, and maybe it's just me, but like I don't know, something about it just doesn't really hook me. It's like, it's still good, I admit that it's still a good show. I just think there are some parts of it that are super questionable, not to mention, like, don't get me wrong, it's great, it has some great action scenes, it's pretty hype, but I think the fact that I just don't watch that many shonen shows in general, or like don't really like that kind of genre, kind of also brings it down, because then it's like, you know, it's like, okay, great, it looks good and all, but like it's not really, it doesn't really, the story and all that doesn't really hook me. And the thing with it is it's a good combination of like different aspects of like kind of comedy, romance, slice of life, action, all that stuff, but like it's not amazing at any one of those. So it's like, it's kind of like a, and this is a really harsh way of putting it, but it is kind of like a jack of all trades, master of none sort of thing to me. Which makes it sound like I'm hating on it, but I do, again, really enjoy it, so, you know, there is that to go take that for what it is, but I do need to watch the second season for sure, one of these days. Another one of those things that I will get to eventually. I don't love any of my options here. Yeah. Hello, okay, man, oh man, I don't love what I'm seeing here. I don't think 858 is gonna happen here, y'all. I'm not gonna push it, so I'm just gonna try and get as many good stats as I can and really focus on that rather than pushing the 858. And actually, this is the last race before Breeders' Cup, which means I can actually focus on training rather than having a race that I need to waste a turn on a race, which is actually kind of nice. That's the nice thing about doing this path, is that it gives a lot of time before the last race. Gives some good bonuses too. Alright, not worried about the inheritance this time, which feels nice. Man, I only got one though. That is kind of interesting. That doesn't bode well for my future Ines runs, I guess. I'll just worry about that later. Oh man. How many data events do I have? I still have the 2 actually. Okay. I have an idea. It's not a good idea, but I have an idea. My idea is to use up as much energy as possible, so that then I don't have to waste the data events here. Yeah, I think I'll do one right now. Oh wait, that was a horrible idea, because yeah, that was only that. Oh, what am I doing? Clearly, being stupid is what I'm doing. Okay, dreams here. And actually, I only have 3 turns anyway, so I think it's already SOL in terms of 858. That is, yeah, I need two more level ups. That's absolutely not happening in 2 turns. Okay, I'm not gonna worry about that anymore then. What I am gonna worry about is the fact that I still have a date event left over. Man, do I have to use it? Is the thing is like, I don't know. Oh, I won't. So I won't use it actually. Because yeah, now I have to use my dreams training here, and then decisions. Oh, this one. Okay. Now I just gotta hope for. Now I just gotta hope for some good summer trainings, and then maybe we can get something good from this. Excellent. Once again, excelente. Yeah, I was nowhere near close to getting that, unfortunately, so that is what it is. Okay. Alright, let's see. Ooh, that's actually not too bad. I guess I'll take that one. Yeah, okay. Because I'm gonna need to do at least 1 training on the wit anyway, so, or 2 trainings it actually looks like. Yeah, and I might do it now because this is pretty terrible. I'm gonna focus on the guts first. Okay. I do need to remember I still have a date event left over, unfortunately, that I was not able to get to. Let's see. Ooh, yes please. Thank you very much. See, that's the stuff I want to see. Okay, meanwhile, this is... do I risk it here? Do I risk it for a brisket? My answer to that is no. I'm gonna risk the fact that I might not get a good training in future, but I don't like any of these options anyway, so let's see. Okay, so that's enough. Oh, that's not gonna be enough actually at all for wit. I need at least 1600 wit. Honestly, I need 1600 of all of these. How are you still not done with your event chain here? That's concerning. Speaking of concerning, I mean that's good. Yeah, you know what? Yeah, do it. Just do it. Just do it. Oh, there we go. Okay. In 2 turns, she was able to get the last 2 of her events. Thank goodness for Yanko. Okay. Oh, wow. Yikes. That's a dreams right there. Is that the last one? No, that's the second to last. Okay. I'm not gonna have enough stamina actually. Wait, I'm looking at this right now. The stamina is of a concern. The stamina seems to be actually a huge concern, which is concerning. Okay, let's do that. And then I'll do guts training to end it off. Please don't give me a good training here. I'm gonna be so sad if it gives me a good one that I could have skipped on. Okay, thank goodness that these aren't that good. Okay. Guts training. That's not good enough for the guts. This is already kind of iffy. Alright. Yep, you're in Santa Anita, baby. Welcome to Los Angeles. Or not really, we're not. That's like Arcadia, I think is the technical city or whatever. Welcome to Arcadia, baby. Where dreams are made. Wow, look at the second place with the pink hair there. I feel like I've seen somebody like that. I've always thought about dyeing my hair, actually. Like, this is something that I've talked about before. The only issue is that because I have black hair, or like dark hair, is that if I ever want to do anything in terms of like dyeing it, it'd probably have to be bleached first, which is a little bit of an annoying pain, so... But I have thought about it before, among other things. I've thought about a few things I wanted to do, like dyeing my hair. I've thought about tattoo ideas, which I think before... If I'd asked myself, or not myself, if I've asked my parents specifically, but like my mom, like this probably like 5 years ago, she would have probably killed me. But she's probably more or less okay with it now, just because I think it's all thanks to BTS, and I'm actually not even joking about this. She's actually a pretty big fan of BTS, and if you don't know who BTS is, you're living under a rock. But like, no, but like, I think she's become more warmed up to the idea of, okay, well, you know, tattoos are fine, I guess. So, especially since there's a pretty good number of members in that group that have them, including I think one of her favorite members. So, I think she's all right with that. Speaking of which, happy Mother's Day, which I didn't want to mention it because I know there's some people who aren't in the best terms with their parents, but it is Mother's Day, and I do need to call my mom after this. Yeah, good times. Family, family, family. Okay. Alright, I don't think this is going to be very good. I think the guts is way too low. I mean, the speed is maxed out, and I think the guts, or not the guts, the wit is actually pretty decent. So there is that to go for it, but like everything else is like really... I don't know. I'm honestly kind of struggling with getting the guts leveled as good as it can be. Yeah, because like that's pretty... Oh, even the wit is actually a little bit lower than I like it to be. I did somehow salvage the stamina, which was looking pretty dire, but at least we got that to be the minimum it can be, which I've seen guides say like 650 minimum, or like 650 is good enough for this competition. Okay, that's not even the UA. All right. Yeah, man, getting a UA, honestly, if I get like a mid UA, like UA 5 or something, I think I might actually be happy if I can get that along with the required skills and such, which I think I already have an I-ness for that, so maybe I might be good on that, and maybe want to try to focus on getting the other two to have decent members there. Because if I look at what I have right now, I have a I-ness, this one I think. Yeah, this one has like, it has the S short. It has decently good look, it has definitely max speed. It has a lot of wit, which is good. The stamina is actually a little bit higher than usually what I get, which is nice. Which I think is what contributed to his rating. And then the power and the guts is all right. I could be a little bit higher, but that's really just nitpicking here. So this actually might be a pretty good contender. Hold on, let me uncarrot these ones real quick. These aren't... I don't want to play with you anymore. That meme, Toy Story meme. Jungle bucket. Speaking of which, happy birthday to Sakura Chitose-o, which is funny because I think it's the first time that we actually gotten spoken dialogue with her. I did not expect her to be as slow with her dialogue as I thought she is. Man, I'm as usual flubbing my words, but no, but let me show y'all what her conversation with Bakshin is so funny because it's like the slow kind of methodical speaking versus Bakshin, which if you know Bakshin, you know Bakshin. So yeah, her birthday conversations are kind of fun, but yeah, we'll take a little break with this one. Yeah, she speaks so slowly, which I think is really interesting. Bakshin's just like... Also, she does a lot of things with the ho ho. It kind of reminds me of her grandma. Honestly, she gives off huge grandma energy. Like, obviously, Wonder Cute is 100% the quintessential grandma, but like, Chitose O actually has some pretty big grandma energy right here, given that, one, her speaking vibes, two, her whole thing with like medicinal, like, her whole thing is like being medicinal and like, or like medicine and like good food and like having that be important for your life and whatever. So. And like, I think the slow speaking also really does play a little bit of that as well. And she's like, please hurry the fuck up, why are you so fucking slow? But I mean, she's a Victory Club member, so gotta support her. Because yeah, I really do think, actually hold on, this isn't the first, because she does have a SR support card now that I think about it, but this is the first like area conversation that we see her in, so. Yeah, I did not expect her to speak so... Well, one, I didn't expect her to speak so slowly. Two, I didn't expect her to be as tall as she is. Because if you look at the other area conversation, she is taller. She is the tallest of the box, or not of the Victory Club, which is kind of interesting to me. I don't know. It's like expectation versus reality sort of thing. It's similar with Kopano Riki, right? Because I think initially when Kopano Riki came out, everybody thought that she was actually like a lot shorter than she actually is, and like in fan art, she's like, oh, she's depicted as kind of the shorter character because something about her just gives off short character vibes. But she's actually one of the more taller members of the cast, which is kind of a weird juxtaposition, just a weird thing there. And I kind of get the same feeling here with Chitose O. It feels like Chitose O should be a little bit shorter than the rest of the crew, but nah, I think she's... You can see, yeah, she's... No, I don't know. It might also just be the perspective here, but like, it does look like she's taller than Laurel, and Laurel's already pretty kind of like slightly taller than average, so definitely taller than Chiono right there. It's gonna mix me up, Chiono, Chitose, very similar names. But yeah, it's very apparent when she's like talking with, because it's like you hear Laurel's dialogue and you hear Chiono's dialogue, and it's like, okay, normal anime style, like, you know, blah 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 blah. There's like the speed there, and then well, I guess yeah, and then more Laurel, and then you get this one. Honestly, I appreciate the slower speaking because it helps me with my Japanese learning, because now I just am able to follow along with what she's saying and be like, okay, yeah, shoku to wa blah 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 blah. It's just like, you know, like being able to actually follow. But like, I really do feel like the more I listen to her conversation, the more I feel like I honestly am gonna fall asleep. I'm sorry. I do like Chitose. I was looking forward to her. I mean, I'm still looking forward to her, but like maybe this is gonna sound so harsh. Not as much as I was. I still like her. Yeah. Also, how many of her lines have started with ho ho ho? Because I feel like at least like half of the lines in the birthday conversations here have started with that. And that was Cheeto's. Oh, so yeah, that was kind of fun, right? The introduction to her. Like I said, she has the support card anyway. Like, she had one for a while now. Except, again, it's an SR, so nobody's using it, because obviously SRs are SRs, so... And I would like to actually... Excuse me? Okay. No. Okay. I was gonna say, I was gonna scroll down to it. Where are you, Chitose? Oh, probably way down below, right? Yeah, this one. I mean, this one's been out for a while, honestly, so we already knew. But again, I don't think I've actually read through any of the events / seen that. Well, actually, hold on. No. Well, okay. Anyway. Yeah, that's that. I actually kind of... I know we're only 2 hours in, but I did say at the beginning of the stream this might be a shorter one, just because I think I want to get ready to go to bed early. I might go to bed really early and just kind of try and catch up on as much sleep as I can. Yeah, I think that's good. I know we didn't get as... We literally only did 3 runs, so it's not as much as I could have done, but... Honestly, that's as much progress as I've made over the last few days anyway, because as you can see, I have not done that many runs since the last stream, so... Actually, hold on. That Believe is actually not too bad. Hold on, let me take a look at this one. This Believe. Oh right, this one didn't get... This was the one that didn't get the S aptitude. Let's do... Okay, you know what? Let's end it off. We didn't do Believe. I feel kind of bad. I had her in my thumbnail, so... Let's do one last run with this character. Not this character. This, the most masculine mayor in all of history. Okay, is that right? Is that right? Yes, because I'm doing... I was like, wait, what? Why is it not Seiun Sky? And then I realized my stupidity because I'm training her as a Senko. Okay, if we're training her as a Senko, then yeah, we bring this instead. Yes. This doesn't feel right. Okay, sure, why not? Let's do it. Let's see if we can't get anything good out of this one. End it off on a good note. Do you believe in miracles? Do you believe in miracles? That's not even the song. I don't know what I'm trying to reference there. Breeders Turf Sprint. Back at it again at Crispy Sprint. Ew, crispy. I don't like the way I described that. There were a few adjectives that just aren't good. I think my favorite example of that is the word moist. Just never... there's very few contexts in which the word moist is used in a positive or like way, you know? It's like... Yeah. Don't love that. But you know, that's okay. We'll sprint it up. Hey TM Craze, what's up? Good seeing you. I hate sprints. At best I have a UA7 Machan and that's it. Welcome to Sprint, where yeah, you're limited. I think it's just the fact that the stamina levels are so low, and that really caps your potential ratings there, because yeah, I don't think US is way out of the question at this point unless you can get like at least 1,000 stamina, in which case you're kind of... that's no. It's like, that's not the best idea, right? So yeah, it's tough out there. Like, I've been getting a lot of UB somethings, which has been feeling weird, especially since I thought I got out of that, but I've just not been getting good runs going so far. I mean, the best I've gotten has been like a UA5 INES, so... And unfortunately that doesn't have... Well, no, that does have the... Did that have the S aptitude? I don't think so, but... It's just been kind of annoying. Also the skills and sparks. Yeah, that too. It's also been kind of... That actually might be the bigger thing, actually. But it's still a little bit annoying. I think the right side is at least that everybody else has that same issue, so... You know, it's not like, you know, you're gonna... Unless you're facing like complete whales that are, you know, probably have USs or something. And even then, they're probably not going to be optimized for the actual course itself, so... Kind of... You're not really in too behind the competition there. I've been getting like global level sparks, running 18 sprint sparks with like 90 plus white skill parents. Yeah, I don't know. The inherits has just been really wonky for me. Like, I just have not been getting anything. I mean, I shouldn't say that because I've actually gotten like an S distance, an S sprint Ines all the way from G to S, so that was at least pretty nice. But there were a few runs that I did where I was trying to get, like, for example, this character, Believe, up from A to S distance, and I had 18 stars of sparks, and yet for whatever reason I could not get a single one of them to show up, which felt really weird to me. No other distance gives me this issue. The only other thing I will say about Sprint with regards to the competitions is that it's also one of the most random. It's probably the most RNG out of all the other kind of competitions, which works to both its which is both good and bad, because if it's good in the sense of it gives you a better chance of competing against the whales, but also if you do have good, like some pretty good contenders, it also puts you like kind of in that same position where it's like, you know, it can, a lot of random shit can happen, and so it's just like you're not as guaranteed to have as high of a win rate as you may want, which can be bad. But for people like me who don't have the best of everything, it is kind of nice to be a little bit more random, which is why I always, honestly, as crazy as it may seem, the sprint CMs and like the sprint CMs in League of Heroes have always kind of been my favorites because of the inherent craziness and chaos and stuff. And I've actually gotten some pretty good wins out of them in that sense of like Group A finals and stuff. And that may make me sound crazy, but I kind of like it in that way. You know, it gives me a little bit of a fighting chance against those whales. At least this time it's League of Heroes, the actual casual PvP mode, not unlike the Sprint CM during this DIY. Ah yes, I remember good times with that. Yeah, I hope that gives a little bit of a more leeway for me with some of these runs, in the fact that it's League of Heroes and I feel like people are going to be a bit more casual about it. Like I'm usually, here's the thing, like with League of Heroes I'm usually way more casual. Like I usually just don't prepare anything for the most part. I'm like, yeah, let me just throw in some of my other Umas I created in the past, like way back, and hope that that's good enough. But I think because Ines is actually a feasible contender for, or like is actually pretty meta for this League of Heroes, it's given me motivation to be like, okay, let me actually try and get Platinum 4 here, which is admittedly something I usually don't get too often, unfortunately, but let's actually try this time maybe. Let's get some of my favorite characters, like Ines Fujin, Aston Machan, and Believe. Ah yes, we have all the not long named Umas, but like decently long, like Ines, Fujin, Aston, Machan, four syllables, and then you have Belief, which is just the 2 syllables with like only like 4 katakana. One of the shortest names out there, probably next to vodka. We love the variation in names. We love variations of names, like we have it from vodka all the way to Machikane Fuku Kitaru. It's just like, yes, of course. Do I have my date event yet? I do, okay. I'll still do this anyway. I'm just balling with Valentine's Machan, Valentine's Bourbon, and Biko, and just praying one of them hits. Biko's an interesting choice. Well, I guess it is Sprint, yeah. I don't know why in my head I was like, oh, Biko, she's not a sprint, and then, well, she is a Sprint. For whatever reason, for a second there, I thought we were talking about the Dirt CM again, and it's just like, oh, Dirt, okay. But then I realized that was stupid. Mischievous, thank you. That's a great username, by the way. Thank you for the follow, much appreciated. Welcome, welcome. Doing some preparations in the Japanese Umamusume. Just praying one of them hits. Yeah, that's kind of how it... Well, at least with League of Heroes, though, you kind of do need all of them to be good, but, you know, at least one of them be like a I guess ace more than anything, and then the others to be sub-aces, because that's usually how it is. Well, actually, they do all need to be good, so no debuffers allowed, although I know the next few CMs in JP are gonna ban debuff skills. I really am curious how that 3600 meter CM is gonna end up being, because That's one, I'm curious what the stamina requirements are going to be, and two, like, yeah, because there's no debuffer skills allowed for that one, like how the meta's going to change a little bit. Because if it wasn't for that, I feel like a lot of people would just be bringing like 2 debuffers, like stamina debuffers, and then another ace or something with like max stamina. Although things might change between that because it's going to be like because they might, isn't the new scenario going to come out before then? So they might have something for that. But you know, time will tell. Well, do you want... I don't really like any of these options. Yeah, I guess. Okay. It's gonna be 1600 max stamina. If you're running runner, you should probably want max stamina because of how much stamina you can't screw them. Yeah, I mean, historically speaking, runners have always been just like the front runners have always been needing the most stamina out of all the other strategies. But yeah, I'm pretty sure it's going to be requiring max stamina for sure. I'm just more curious if it's going to be a thing where we need even more than that. I mean, if you're probably going to be unless you're running like an Onige or something, or like a runaway character, probably not. Because the runaway characters always need like way more stamina. But yeah, you're probably going to need like at least like 2 gold recovery skills or something. I would not be surprised. I don't remember. Did they announce what the weather conditions are for that or not? Because if it's something like heavy, that also might contribute to that. It's not a fun time there. I don't like any of my options. I'll take this one, I guess. Okay. Yeah, you need recovery. You just can't feasibly can't get that much stamina unless they change the max amount of stamina, which you know that could happen in a new scenario. But no, I agree. It's I think stamina recovery skills are going to be required for those, especially the gold ones. Imagine they release a new scenario where it's like the max limit stamina goes up to like 2000 or something. That'd be funny. I mean, even if it goes to like 2100 next scenario, that's still not enough for 3600 meters. Yeah, it's unprecedented, right? Because like even like the Tenno show, the spring Tenno show is a long ass race, and that's still like, that's what, 30, isn't that like 3000 meters or 3200 meters? So like comparative, so it's like 3600 meters. That's like so much more than like any other competitive race has been so far. So it's gonna be big change for sure. And so yeah, feasibly you're gonna need stamina recoveries no matter how much stamina there is. What is the decision here? I don't know, because I don't like what I'm seeing. I'm gonna actually do this. I know I'm wasting some potential energy, but I don't like my other options. And I actually need to do a date event anyway. Okay. Because yeah, 1700 is like barely enough for 3200 meters. Yeah, Tenno show is 3200 meters, so... And I don't remember the last time we had like a 3200 meter like CM or League of Heroes. I feel like it may have happened, but like I feel like most of the long CMs are usually like a Arima Kinen or something that isn't like the max number. DIY. Yeah, that sounds about right. My memory with this kind of stuff is terrible, so that probably was the last time. Oof. Yeah, Onsen was just Arima for long. Yeah, it's usually just like Arima and like the ones that are like pseudo, just barely on the edge between medium and long. Mostly because Singray. Yeah, that makes sense. It's Singray Oguri. Yeah, makes sense. Oh, I need to do my dreams. You're so right about that. Thanks, game. Thanks, game, for always reminding me about this, because I don't remember. Yeah. And as always, Fine Motion is lagging behind just because I don't have enough copies. And she's starts at 0. 30, please. Thank you. But yeah, I have to remember last time we did like there was like a Spring Tenno show. I guess it doesn't even have to be Spring Tenno show anyway. It's just like it has to be Because there are other races, like G2 races, that are 3,200 meters as well. Isn't the state... No, the Stayer stake is 3,600. It's like, I don't remember. There was like one G2 race that was also long that was 3,200. But we'll have to see. But we shall see what the future holds for that, because that's way in the future. It's only 2 months away, but then again, with this game, 2 months away is way in the future. So I'll just worry about this current scenario, this current League of Heroes, and maybe the next CM also. But that also might be a bit early to prepare for that as well. Anyway, I'm already like Giga prepared with at least one ace for both the medium and long CMs. Be kind of bummed if I don't get Group A second for both, because the aces are US1. Ooh, yeah, nice. I mean, yeah, that's the preparation definitely. I mean, being prepared early is better than nothing. I just feel like it's still a little bit too early. I mean, better early than late for preparation for that kind of stuff. But I feel like it's just a little bit too early, given that a new scenario might come out, stuff might change, you know, all that stuff. But I guess peace of mind to get all that ready. At least for the long one, because the medium one, I feel like, you know, we have that one. I feel like not much is really going to change unless something drastically goes different there. Yeah, medium CM it's fine to prep for. Yeah, like it's, yeah, I think that one maybe, but the July one, maybe it might be a bit too far in the future. But I don't know, maybe that's just my lazy ass talking, being like, yeah, I don't want to prepare for that just yet. Ooh, spicy beans. Let's do that one. Sure, why not? Okay. But the long CM is just like a nice coincidence, because I already begged a friend of mine to make a USS Cheval for me. Good old swimsuit Cheval, because I wanted my Oshi to be at least US. Understandable. I feel like US is kind of a minimum at that point. Although you could probably have like a UA, like a high UA something, and still probably be fine. But I feel like, you know, if you're gonna, you need the max speed, you're gonna pretty much need max stamina, and then, you know, everything else kind of lines up accordingly. I think that's at least gonna have to be like if you want all the other stats to get right, then yeah, that at least has to be like a US. Just like that's a minimum with how the other stats line up. Because yeah, you also need 1600 wit as well. So combine that with the fact that I think the guts doesn't really matter, but then it's just like, you know, when you get everything else like that, then it would just be like, then you would just have pretty close to 1200 anyway, so that would line up. Hoop. Is that's not a waste? Okay, I was like, that might have been a waste, but no, we're good. The long CM with BD stats would just be 21, 16, 16, 12, 16. Nothing really changes for medium. Yeah, that's true. You're right. Let's see. Wait. Oh wait, don't I? I think I need to do. I didn't. Well, I was actually just doing that just to see if I need. That was a really stupid. What? I was like, oh wait, don't I need to do a training there, or like the dreams training? All right. Well, that was kind of a throwaway. That's whatever. I also kind of misclicked there because I meant to go for the speed, but it's whatever. That happens. Expert gameplay from Shino the Penguin. Expert Umamusume content that you've all come to love and enjoy. Okay, yeah, now I need to do dreams. Okay. And ideally I'd like to catch up, but I think, yeah, the amount of SP there is not, it's too hard to pass up on that, so we're gonna go with that one. Did I fuck up? I sure did. I sure did, because wow, I'm not gonna get 455 here, so unfortunate. Hate to see it. You hate to see it. I mean, I've come back from runs like this anyway, but yeesh. Yeah. That's not good. How did that happen? How has this happened? I don't know. Beyond Dreams still really pisses me off regardless of my average rank now being UA35 minimum because of the LB requirements. Yeah, that is a little bit annoying. I mean, for me, I think I never really got a good grasp of the onsen scenario, so for me at least it was a noticeable change in the improvement from that to this. Whereas my average ranking I would also say is kind of around that point, like kind of in the UA range. Like it's kind of honestly pretty rare for me to get like a UB, but I mean, as you probably may, for those of you who've been continue to or like have been watching from the start, I think mostly I've gotten UB during this stream, but again, that's only because of the way that we're training shorts here. And I feel like this is probably going to also be a UB, but that's okay, you know? We're doing it just so I can have one run with the good old-fashioned believe. Like all Onsen cared for was just race and SP bonus, and DIY's requirements were piss slow. Yep. Yeah, it's just like... That's one of those things where it's like, yeah, it's... okay, this is where my lack of sleep is catching up with me because I completely forgot what I was gonna say, so I'm just gonna move on. Also, what is this? This is not good. Only reason why I'm... This is kind of crazy, but I think we can go for this one. That stamina the fact that I'm like getting no stamina is just really always worrisome to me with all these runs, because it's like it's just really teetering on the edge of being like kind of just barely good enough. Because yeah, I think 650 I've seen as being like the minimum, or like the good enough minimum for this. Which I mean, it is short, so it's like that's good enough, but like that still feels low. But I guess if every other stat is good enough, then you know that's whatever. But then that does affect the rating anyway. Oof. Okay, this is a good time for a dreams, or not dreams, a date event. And that's actually perfect because that catches that up. Except, oh, I'm gonna be wasting an opportunity there. So actually, that's not perfect, but that's whatever. Okay. Need more of the training to land on power rather than stamina itself, which is just not happening. Yeah, that's the big thing about that. Is like at least with guts, it's that you no, I mean that's kind of the same thing with guts. It's like when you don't have a guts card. But here it's just like the only way you can get stamina is like, well, one from inheriting it, which I don't have much of that, or you have to do it through the power trainings, and because every other training here doesn't give it. And yeah, the power training doesn't usually give enough of it. Like with the guts at least, like you had the stamina that you were doing, and then like the stamina training that does give usually a good amount of guts. It's not a good time. Not a good time. Speaking of not a good time. Also, it doesn't help that fine motion power doesn't have the stamina bonus. Like, at least if you use Tama, you get the stamina bonus. Yeah, but then it's also the thing of, well, fine motion is, you know, obviously fine motion, so if you're training a good old Senko character, you kind of need to have her. Although I will admit that, I don't have enough copies of her, so I'm not, what's happening? Oh, the new character's coming out in 30 minutes, okay. Well, okay, good, I love that for me. Yeah, it's like, I forgot that it downloads in like 30 minutes before it actually gets updated. Well, that's cool, okay. Well, unfortunately, with the way that my VPN is, this actually might take a while depending on how big this update is. Let's take a look-sees. Well, in the meantime, let's enjoy this nice... let's enjoy the cinematics of the opening. Please don't tell me it's like multiple 100 MBs or something. That would be really unfortunate. Please. Can I at least see how many bytes it is? Can we get that started soon? Is this just gonna be 10 minutes, 5 to 10 minutes of... Okay, that's not that much. Okay, that shouldn't take that long. I hope. Let's see. Oh, Lord have mercy. This could... Oh, okay, it's speeding up, thank God. I was like, oh no, that pace is not good. Divine Speed is still a great skill regardless, though. I don't really have a choice on my end either way, since my Tama is LB1 while my Fine Motion is LB2 while my Fine Motion is LB1. Yeah, I think... From what I remember reading, Fine Motion needs to have at least LB3 to be good, because it takes advantage of the, there's something that it takes advantage of. I don't remember the exact specifics. And unfortunately for me, I only have LB2 for Fine Motion, so... I guess that gets to the point of, like, I wonder if I should just use Tama instead now, because it's just like... Because I have MLB Tama, and I'm like, maybe that might be better... That might result in something better. I guess I'll keep on trying with the Fine Motion, and if it's still not giving me anything near good, I might switch over to Tama, because as you're pointing out, I mean that skill's still fine. Yeah, it'd still be better, and you get the stamina bonus. Yeah, I don't know. I'll have to see. Yeah, I don't know. The thing with modern, or not modern, the thing with the JP competitions is that everybody pretty much has the same amount of skills. So stats. So skills end up being like the big differentiator between kind of characters and stuff, and like competitive in that sense. Which is kind of the reason why sometimes I sacrifice having like the amount, like the great cards that I have, and start using some of the kind of more specialized ones just because they give the skills that they do. But I guess that's really dependent on kind of what skills they give and all that. Anyway, well, we have 30 some minutes until the new character comes out. Not that I really care too much about Daring Heart, but maybe I'll stick around for a little... I told myself I was actually going to end soon, but maybe I'll stick around for another 30 minutes and we can do an impromptu poll stream, and we can try and see if I can get Daring Heart within the amount of polls there. I doubt it though. Because I only have 8,000 carats at this point, so that's only like 50 polls-ish. Not really that worth it. Especially if it's a character I don't really care about too much. But again, we're back to the whole thing of sunk cost fallacy and the fact that I've already invested way too much in this game and I have every character. So why not? I don't love my options here. Wow. Okay. I mean... Hoob. Yeah, right. I was like, I see the two characters there, but also that is not good on the stamina end. This is actually one of the few times I'll take this one. Okay. I'm surprised I even made the USI for medium, because the exact LB1 Fine Motion was dragging down the otherwise MLB deck. It's pretty much just a God Run though, because otherwise Fine Motion would have dragged it down hard. Yeah, no, that sounds like it. It's because like, if it's among the crew with the other of the non-MLB with the other MLB ones, I feel like that's the only way you can drag it down. But sometimes luck just sometimes you get everything working right, and then it can get what you want regardless. How many date events do I have? No, I just want to see how many date events I have. I know I can see. Okay, 2. And we're about to approach... Okay, well, either way I have to do 2 dreams, so it doesn't really matter. But I may have 2... I have the weird problem of having too many date events. Which I guess is good more than anything, you know, just in case sort of situation. But man, am I not in a good position right now with any of these. What is happening? Oh, Takion. Okay, hey, what's up? Oh, what the heck? That's a new outfit. Never seen the formal outfit, the formal dress. Haven't seen that one before. I feel like Takion would not be... Takion would just throw... What, I mean, you look at her casual outfit, you see, like, she is not the type of character to be like, yeah, let me just, like, just probably forced to have to wear that. Otherwise, she just wear her normal outfit. Hello. Yeah, 858. Well, I mean, first of all, 455 didn't happen, so that I think this is already pretty close to a yikes run, if anything. Yikes, we're not getting 458. Oof, wow, yeah. This is... I think this has been the worst run so far, which is saying a lot. Nah, it's whatever. It's technically more optimal to have 2 date events for early seniors, so you can have 1 per dreams training. Yeah, and I do feel like usually, like, if I only have 1, I usually get into a struggle bus where I have to... It's like, because I want to save it for a good time, but then it's just like, then energy becomes like a huge... I guess, like, concern in terms of, like, because then I'm like, okay, well, I don't want to waste a turn resting, so that's when it's just like, okay, but then I like waste dreams trainings doing like wit training, so I can at least get some of that back. But then yeah, it just gets really iffy in certain situations, and I feel like I'm really just playing chicken with some of it. Okay, well, I haven't seen you in a while. No, thank you. Yeah, 1 is really screwy because you can only fix 1 bad team thing or whatever, or what yeah. It's definitely does feel like that. Wow, I'm not getting anything good here. Okay, I'm actually not even gonna get 758. It's 758. Yeah, 758. That's what I meant. Yeah. One of these is guts. Okay. Ooh, thank you for all showing up in the same one, I guess. Okay, so now... Look at that, now's a good time to focus on the dreams, or the date event. Guts. Like, the guts is still not great. Okay. Okay. Oh wait, that actually works out perfectly. And oh yeah, that's a nice thing about the doing this path, is that this is the last race before the Breeders' Cup, which I've already talked about, having all the amount of turns that you can have during your senior year. Focus on that rather than having to spend a turn racing. That is perfect. Okay. Now I might have to do dreams here unless I get something good here. Okay, did I get... I don't remember if I got an... Oh, I guess we'll find out. Like, I don't remember if I got the S distance from last time. Please? 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 Okay, well, I don't remember if I got it from last time. If I didn't, I think I'm cursed. I'm cursed, wow. I think this is... Oh, man. I've done a few Believe runs. I don't think I've gotten a single one of them to have S distance, which is kind of insane. Jeez, okay, well, this is kind of rip then. I mean, this run was already rip, but it's extra rip now. All right, well, whatever. Yeah, because I'm not even close to getting that the 858 fun times. Okay, well, biscuits. Okay, menu. Okay, Okay. Yeah, I do that, especially since I'm running low on energy anyway. And I think that gets us... Okay, I need one more. 1 non-dreams fun times. If I remember correctly, Turf Mile is the objectively best BC race to run because of all the other career races happen 1 turn before the final turn. For me personally, I'd also consider Dirt Medium to be a close second. Dirt Medium. I don't know if you're talking about the Classic, because I feel like the Classic one was kind of... Maybe not Classic, because the BC Classic one to me was kind of annoying because you had to do that one race, Japan Dirt Derby, during the summer training. Not that the summer training is as important as some of the other scenarios, but it still is kind of feels a little bit wonky to have to do training during that time. Or not training, sorry, a race during that time. Do I risk it here? I think I'll risk it. I don't like any of my... This is just like Wow, look at that amount of stamina I got, 30. That's yabai right there. Okay. Ooh, that was a risk well spent. Good job, me. Okay. Yeah, I have to see, because I actually don't... I never really, like, dove deep into, like, which one is, like, the best one to run, because obviously there's options. Obviously there may not be options here for characters, like, because I think Believe doesn't have any aptitudes for anything besides Sprint anyway, so it's kind of a moot point. But for someone like Ines, who has, like, aptitudes for pretty much everything, except for, well, even then, I feel like you can make... There are no long races, what am I saying? So yeah, pretty much everything, especially if you're training her to be a sprint medium anyway. Or sorry, a sprint racer. So yeah, this is in terms of this stuff, it's that's a big yikes. Yeah, she doesn't have any aptitude for Mile anyway, so you're kind of stuck. And I think kind of the same with no, Machan has at least some aptitudes for Mile, so there is some flexibility there. But yeah, this character over here does not have that option. So instead, I'm just going to be left with the sprinting. This is kind of a dead run anyway, I'm just doing this for the experience. AKA getting Believe's, trying to get that friendship meter, the affection meter up for Believe right here. Is my favorite of the Baka sprinters. It's kind of why I like it, because if you prep for it, you can let it stack a bunch of bars for free, and Parade Falco and Summer Taramai gets bonuses during the summer. Mostly Summer Taramai, and you can often get like 3,000 to 3,200 SP before you even start summer training. That is true, but like, I mean, that's the big point, prepping for it, because like I usually get put in a weird situation where then I don't prep for it very well, and then like I kind of feel like I'm wasting like the free gauge boost that you get from doing between the races and then the summer training happening, so then it's like 2 extra bars. But yeah, I can see that if you if you do plan that correctly, that can definitely be good advantage. And like you said, like and like I kind of alluded to earlier, summer training in this scenario is not as important as some of the other scenarios. It's like it's kind of like, it's whatever, right? Because like really it's there's no like huge bonus to doing the training in the summer versus like not. Like I think my head's just too far stuck in Track Blazer mode in the English version, where it's like, yeah, summer training is 100% like pretty much the only time that you do trainings, if you're doing it like the optimal way. So those are like the key to having any good run. I think my brain sometimes is a little bit too gets that mixed up, especially since I'm playing 2 different versions of this game. So decisions. I don't know why I'm deciding so hard on this. Again, this is a dead run, so just take this kind of casually, nice and casual. I mean, even between DIY and Onsen versus Beyond Dreams Summer Training isn't that impactful. Yeah, I mean, that's what I'm saying, right? Just like, it's not really that important. But I feel like, I'm trying to remember. It hasn't even been that long yet. Somehow my memories of the Onsen have almost completely gone. You can see why I struggle to remember a lot of the other kind of past scenarios, because I think I just completely forget about how they actually work. Until I kind of do them a little bit, I'm like, oh yeah, that's how that works. I remember way back before Track Blazer was a thing in EN. Like somebody asked me to do like a training in what, Mant, I guess, like the Japanese version, and so I tried that, and I was like, oh my god, I don't remember how to do this. And then as I slowly started doing it, I'm like, oh yeah, this is, I gotta save these items, I gotta use these. I'm starting to slowly remember, and it was a trip down memory lane, which not a good trip, mind you, because I do not have good memories of Track Blazer Mant. Still hate it. Still hate that scenario. Man, I cannot wait until we move on to Grand Live in the English server so I can actually so I can actually do runs that are less than 40 minutes. Wouldn't that be nice? Okay. But I digress. You get massive bonuses in Onsen Summer Training, not as much as DIY, but DIY Summer Training was outright different than the rest. Yeah, now that you bring that up, I do remember, because well, one, I remember the different music, which was pretty fun. I don't know why that's one I remember, but yes, I remember because it was a whole thing of what was the whole I do remember the mechanic, but I don't remember the specific stuff. But yeah, there was that. That was pretty important during the summers, or it felt like you get a lot better bonuses or trainings during then, rather than this scenario where it doesn't really matter as much. But yeah, Onsen, yeah, you do get the bonuses. That is true about that. All right, believe, do your thing. That stamina is big. Yikes! I mean, even if this one was okay, but yeesh. All right. Let's see how bad this one ended up being. I predict this is going to be the lowest rating we've gotten so far, which is probably like, what, UB6 or something? UB7? Let's see. Yeah, I didn't even max on the speed. That's the other thing. Although the other stats actually aren't that bad, low-key. But, yeah, I don't know. Well, whatever. You may be asking why I'm doing this. I don't know. I feel like it. Because I feel like wasting time, aka stalling until we get to 8 o'clock. aka the new character comes out. That is my prerogative, and I'm just gonna... This has suddenly turned into a poll stream, apparently, so watch me do polls and fail to get the character. Hooray, my favorite. Grand Live is still awful because of that one Get 5 Special Lives mission. Got a min-max to get 19 songs learned, and it's a pain in the ass. I do slightly remember that. Yeah, that was a pain. However, I raised the counterpoint that at least it doesn't take 40 goddamn minutes per run, so, you know, there is that. Nothing will ever top, I think, Track Mant Blazer with how long it takes for all that, and it doesn't help that the RNG still plays a factor with like the shop and stuff. So no me gusta, but no, I do see your point there. I mean, sure, but Grand Live is hell in its own special way. Yeah, I mean, it's all differences in opinion. I mean, I can definitely, and I mean, I'm also speaking of this in the way that I don't really remember as much of Grand Live. I'm sure once Grand Live actually comes into play, I'll remember the special hell that it happened, that I went through. But I don't have as many painful memories of that as I did with Mant. I remember Mant. Mant was one that I was not looking forward to whenever the English server was announced. Even when it first was announced, I was like, oh shoot, well, okay, cool, but like, oh my god, Mant's gonna happen again, isn't it? And it's just like that specifically popped into my head as something I was like, oh god, I'm gonna have to do that all over again. Which is why I don't play the English version as much as I need to. I've not prepped anything for that CM. And honestly, I don't think I will, because I don't want to have to go through so many of those runs just to get something. And I already have a decent enough I-ness that's, you know, going to be okay. Probably not going to get me to A finals, but honestly, that's okay. I don't need to do that in my life. I can just take this game nice and casually, and I can just enjoy my nice horse waifu game for what it is. I'd sooner rather take Grandmasters, and especially Lark versus Grand Live. I mean, yeah, if we're comparing those, yeah, I think Lark definitely prefer that, just because I don't remember gameplay-wise, but I mean, one, best race or best soundtrack in the entire game is that Lark race, one of my favorite songs ever in the game. And two, yeah, I remember the and it's also short. I'm surprised I actually got a UA there. Wow, I'm legitimately kind of shocked. All right, well, there you go. With how bad that run felt, I am actually legitimately shocked that actually wasn't as bad as I thought it was. Okay. Also in Lark, you can just spam S matches to eventually end up at SS matches. Yeah, right? It's like there are ways, and then also on top of that, the whole thing of that it's just like this current scenario, right? It ends early, so it is kind of nice in that way. Slightly shorter. Anyway, we got 9 minutes until the character shows up, so I'm just gonna, I don't know, I'm just gonna stall a little bit. I don't know if I'm gonna do an outright run, because it's definitely not gonna take that. It's gonna be not gonna take that long, but in the meantime, I guess let me see. A couple of things that we can do. Oh, I know what I know what we can do. This is something I haven't done in a while. We can do this. Oh yeah, let's go. Yeah, I haven't touched this in a long time, so there's definitely gaps. Oh yeah, look at all these characters that haven't even... Oh my goodness. Yeah, let's do it. Let's do it. Let's try and catch up on my collection here. Oh, how many have I? I'm not even a third of my collection. Damn, okay. Let's do it. Alright, let's bring in Ines. Alright, let's get some for Ines. Yeah, come on, go. I have to look at... I remembered I have to look at my screen and not the computer because there's a little bit of a lag, and so that's gonna play a factor there. Please don't fall. I think I already have these. No. And this is bringing back memories to my memories. This is bringing back the round 1 spree I had like a week or so ago. Getting all the prize figures from that. Oh, that's good. That's real good. Ooh. Same sky, nice. Can I get a new character show up? Get some collections going? Or is it just gonna be all... Okay, it's just gonna be all old characters. Okay. Oh, I don't know about that one. That was a little bit too shaky. Oh, wow. Okay. Good old Unsu over here staying true. Seiyun, Sky, Seichan, whatever you want to call her. I don't know if I got any new ones from that, but hey, big success. Oh, I did get a new one. Probably the Taishin. Yes, it is a big old Taishin. Look at that big Taishin. Good stuff. I'm praying for Lark 2, honestly. Whether it's just Lark again or another scenario that has Lark's mechanics, I do genuinely like Lark's mechanics. I'm trying to remember, because again, it's been such a long time since I played it. But I remember I did really like that scenario. I mean, in terms of gameplay, I also really love the fact that you had this final boss that wasn't just an automatic, like, gimme. The whole thing with, like, Beyond Dream scenario is I do like the idea of, you know, doing the... Because it did feel kind of like a little bit of a spin-off of Lark. But on the one hand, you know, it does feel like that, but on the other hand, you know, you don't have a character that's like a boss character that you, oh, come on! That you have to, you know, struggle to race against. It was pretty much a given that you're gonna win, which doesn't feel as fun. But maybe one of these days. Believe. I don't think I have any belief plush. Oh, for fuck's sake. Okay. Get my hopes up. Both Lark and Twinkle Legends are the best in that regard. Oh yeah, Twinkle, yeah, because you had the Almond Eye. Although Almond Eye, the thing with the Almond Eye race is it didn't really matter that much, right? Because like, because it's really just for bragging rights. You don't get any like skills for beating her. You don't get any bonuses. You just get the fact that you beat her, which in a way is good because it doesn't mean that you have to, you know, like, you have to beat her, but it doesn't put the stakes as high as like a Lark for sure. You get more massive stack. Do you actually? Wait, did you? I don't think you did. Did you? I don't think you did. I don't remember there being any stat boosts with that. Am I really that terrible with my memory that I don't remember that? I swear there wasn't any stat boosts from that. Maybe they changed something for that? Maybe they did like a retroactive change or something? Because I remember there not being any stat boosts for it. Huh. Okay, I don't know. Maybe my memory's really... My memory's terrible. Maybe, I don't know. Maybe I'm just not remembering correctly. The Twinkle Legends has Lark beat because you fight Eye for... If you fight Eye for 2 and 2... That is kind of funny that, yeah, you don't... or that if you do really well, then you have to beat her, but if you if you only do like decently okay, then it's like you don't even face her in the first place. So, if you lost, you get the same amount as normal. Okay, I don't. Okay, maybe I'll have to go back and check. That is interesting. Also, speaking of Twinkle Legends, if you do it with Ai, you just never fight a clone of her. I was kind of curious about that. I remember when Ai came out. Really, brother? Okay. I'm having terrible luck, just like IRL with my Crane games. Yeah, because I was curious when she initially came out with Twinkle Legends, and it's like, does she fight a different character? Does she fight like herself? Does she not even fight anybody? And apparently, yeah, it was the case that she just doesn't even fight anybody. So, just no, she is the final boss. Okay, thank goodness for that digital. Otherwise, I would have gotten nothing there. Okay, we got 3 more minutes. I'm just crane gaming it up until we get to Daring Heart over here. I'm just trying to find new characters here, but like they're not showing up here right now. It would have been so much more funnier to have her fight a clone of herself, be Peak Tsunuma. That would have been funny. It's just like, oh no, now I have to defeat the biggest enemy, myself. It's just, trust nobody, not even yourself. Shaking my head. Alright, come on, Zephyr. Ooh, I don't think I have that one. There we go. There we go. Okay. Let's go for the big one. Sure, why not? I'll risk it. Risk it for the biscuit. Oh, that was a bit shaky. Ooh. It's oh, I was gonna say father and son moment. Just like IRL, Tsuyoshi just, Tsuyoshi falling. Or not falling, but like, falling out of the picture. Okay. Ooh, I got a whole bunch of new characters there. There we go. Yeah, look at that. We got Zephyr. Oh yeah, the Valentine's Zephyr. I was like, I'm pretty sure that's a Valentine's one, but like, probably not. Ooh, I don't think I have Espo, so let me get her. It'd be funny if, or it never happened, I guess, but I guess it'd also be funny if they retroactively add Lala as Ai's final boss. I just eternally bullying Lala. That would be kind of funny, yeah. Although I would have thought that they would have added like some other, like, ooh, Ines. I would have thought they added like some other like legendary character, like maybe Still or something. Oh, that's not gonna be good. Oh wait, actually, no. Hate to see it. Okay. I was not looking at my screen. I was looking at my I was looking at my screen. I was not looking at my phone. That's the reason why. Ooh, Buena Vista. Oh, I think I was a bit too late on that. Oh wait, actually, hold on. No, no. Oh, okay, we got Buena. Okay, we're good. All right. Whatever. We got two. I think we got 2 new anyway. And for that we did. Yep, we got Espo and we got Buena Vista. Wow, look at all these characters that I don't have. Pretty much all the new ones. Okay, it's 8 PM. Let's see what we got. Okay. Oh, well, there's a Takion event. Hold on, I think I gotta reset. Gotta go to the title real quick. Okay. And then it'll show us Daring Heart in all of her glory. There it is. I forgot, she's also a character that speaks like a lot of English for sure. Oh yeah, I forgot the Chiono support card. Oh, the art. Oh, art on. Nice. Okay, that's fun. I mean, you kind of have that in the medium CM where the top 2 contenders for it are Ai and Aruvu. That is true. Yeah, it's true. Hey, speaking of which, there's Ai right there. That's funny. Okay, let's do some polls. Let me start with, let me just start with my free pull right here. Not free, the paid gem pull. Yep, expected. Okay. And then we'll go with the tickets, and then we'll see how far I want to go. I don't want to go too far, but see if we can get lucky here. Ooh, that was a little bit of a delay there. That gives me some hope. Nope, 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 nope. Wow, that's a whole bunch of nothing. Oh, that was actually something. Nah, hold on. Let's see. Okay, we got 8 more. Wait, the last door wasn't even a gold? That's because I'm doing with tickets, so it's not guaranteed for the last one to be gold. Yeah. Otherwise, yeah, I would have been like, what the heck? Yeah, so they could all just be 1 star, 2 star. Yeah, they could also be 1 star for all we care. Like, yeah, there we go, all 1 stars. Or no, there's gold shit, never mind. Yeah. Well, I mean, that's something. Okay. Now we will dip into the pool and see how we get lucky, if we can. Oh! Oh! I was gonna say, that was a little bit of a delay, but okay, we got the door. Sure, sure, sure. Okay, hold on. Hold on. No, 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 no. No, no, no. Yes. Oh! Okay, hold on. Okay, Maya. Bakshin. Tickets. Tachyon. Ryan. Turbo. Tickets. Bakshin. I think it's this one. You know what? Actually, I'm not disappointed about that. This is one I've actually wanted for a while. This Transcend. It's too late for the CM now, or... Yeah. This would have been nice to have for the CM, honestly. The last Dirt CM. But okay, I guess I have her. Okay. And then... Okay, Grass Wander. Okay. Well, actually, you know what? I've already gotten 2 3-star characters. That's not terrible. Let me see. You know what? I'm gonna go all in here. Let's see if we can't get... Ooh, that was a little bit of delay. Nah, okay. Okay, well, I welcome more copies of Voice and Voice, just to get her to 5 stars. So we got 2 more 10 pulls, let's see if we can't get her here. That's probably not it. Oh, so we got Falco, okay. I'm pretty sure I've already 5-starred her, but you know, I guess I'll take another one. Okay, here we go, lads. Yep, okay, that's kind of what I expected. GG's. Oh, I ended at 69 too, isn't that, that's pretty nice. Okay. That's whatever. I might, we'll see if I want to scrounge out any gems for that later, but I kind of don't. Who can I, wait, oh, I can get this one up to 4 stars, that's pretty nice. Onsen Tron was the only one that could stand up to Parade Falco last CM, so yeah, it would have been nice to have her. Yeah, well, luckily I already had Parade Falcon, so you know, she was pretty much my ace for that CM. That's how I was able to get the B finals win. Was not able to get the A finals, but honestly, that's fine. You know, as long as I get, you know, honestly, I kind of like the win a little bit better because then I can get the Miss Victoria song, and so I did, and it was good. Hold on, let me level up my newest character, the max level. There we go. Alright. Well, we got a new character. I'm not too disappointed about that. And like I said, I don't really care too much about Daring Heart, so you know, I'm not I don't know if I want to spark for her, so we'll see if I can't scrounge together any more gems for it. Oh, okay, she's got nope. Yes, the English speak. Of course, all of her titles are English there. Of course it is. 69 420. Oh, no more 420 gems. Aw, that's unfortunate. Okay. Oh, what the heck? Oh, this is the pom-pom song. I do like this song though. That's a daring heart. Honestly, more than anything, this really makes me more excited for Daring Tact. I know she's definitely one that's everybody's waiting for. Everybody's been waiting for her for a long time. I mean, she's most likely going to be, what, 5.5 anniversary character, right? I feel like that's a pretty, I don't want to say safe bet, but maybe one of these days. Excuse? Wow, you can tell it's serious because she's not speaking English. Oh, there we go. I'll pay you back up. Wait, shit, I kind of want to listen to that. I'm always interested to see how good the English is for some of these. That's not too bad. I can't really be too critical. Especially with my Japanese pronunciation sometimes. Which ends up just being my Korean pronunciation. That's funny. Tact and Bouquet stuck in NPC jail. The thing with Bouquet is I feel like she's more and more likely to be like the next 2-star character, right? Because it's like she doesn't have any G1 wins, so I definitely see a situation where she just gets stuck in that. Then she might be kind of in that like the pre-anniversary kind of gacha there, similar to like all the other 2- and 1-star characters. But my hope is that... Actually, you know what? That would make it a lot easier to get her. So actually, yes, I am hoping that she's a 2-star. Thank you. Yes, let's do that. I was like, I really want her. She's probably my most anticipated character that I want. Among others. Especially Tact when she has the singing voice in this scenario song. Yeah, I mean, she had a focus in those anniversary stories. So, like, you would think that she would have something there, but nah, she's been... I know she was... I mean, when she got announced, she was still active, so people were like, oh my god, wow, this is the first time we've ever seen that happen. And then that immediately got... Well, not immediately, but then that got overtaken by friggin' Forever Young, who not only got announced, but also then had a support card and a leading role in the scenario, so kind of got one up from that, and she's still active. She's still racing, or I guess he's still active, racing. We'll see if he races the Lark or not. That would be kind of funny. That would be interesting if they put Forever Young at the Lark. I don't know what his dirt aptitude is. I don't think he has any, but you know, maybe he does. Maybe it can be the best Japanese racehorse ever at that rate. Also, I'm just gonna speed through this. I'm just kind of more curious to see what these stories are like. I just kind of more breeze through them than anything. I don't actually read these. Ah yes, the 3 characters that have already come out. Minecraft, Cesario, and Air Messiah. Who I still contend is one of the most boring characters in this game. Like, I feel like I should like Air Messiah more, but like, the fact, I don't know, she's just so, her design doesn't do her any favors, and like, nothing about her really stood out to me, and so I just ended up not really liking her as much. Because she kind of fits in that mold of like underdog characters that I usually like Dansu, Tannhäuser, Nature, all those variations, like Shion, but nah, she's just boring, you know? Like, you just can't have taxing Onsen Roman Jujoha, not release her. Yeah, I know, right? It's like, you can't just have her like available as a voice and just be like, nah, we're just gonna hold her in jail until the half anniversary or whatever, which is all the way in August. Just gonna have to wait a few more months. I was expecting more English here. What's going on here? I can't read this shit. Oh, there we go. I can read that, huh? I know what that means. Oh, I see. Welcome. Yes, nice, good. Wait a second. Yep, I can see that. Yep. You know what this kind of reminds me of, and I know it's not a good fair comparison, but like Seeking the Pearl, man. I mean, there are a lot of not a lot. There are a few characters that have like English in their ways, like Tap Dance City, Seeking the Pearl, Chris S. Feel like I'm missing another example, but I mean Taiki to an extent, right? But she's more like, you know, like really bad English because it's like in katakana more than anything. I appreciate some English, you know, speaking as an English speaker myself. Yeah, Taiki and Pasta. Yeah, El Condor Pasta too. I feel like those two more are like, they say it, but it's in katakana, right? So it just kind of, it's under the assumption that it's not really that good. It's kind of like a... And the thing with L too is like she also speaks Spanish as well, and I feel like the Spanish is more of a thing. Although she does also speak English too. Forgot about her casual outfit. Okay. Heart to Heart. Oops. No, I want to read it. And by reading it, I mean just kind of glazing through it before getting my 80 gems. Carrots. Gem carrots. Care gems. Mind. I'm just going through this and reading every English word or phrase that she says. Daring Heart. Go on, say it. My queendom. My queendom? What is this? G-Idol? Or I guess they just call it Idol? Or, no, that's Queen card. Never mind. I don't know what I'm saying. Trying to get my K-pop references all messed up. Heart to Heart. I get it, because her name is Daring Heart. Get it? Funny joke. What is she, a Pokemon? Saying her name as a power move? As a power-up or something? Trying to go all Super Saiyan over here. JP calls the carrots jewels, actually. Hence the reason why I call it jewels, because I've used it for so long. But like, I tried to use I use them interchangeably. Carrots, jewels, whatever. Gems. Gems is not a thing. Oh, it's a close-up. Uh-oh. That's how you know it's serious. Yeah, I think it's the Still in Love scenario when they first used this kind of the zoom in of the characters, and then they've used it in their toolbox of storytelling. Oh, what's happening? I'm seeing the light. Uh-oh. Why are we getting closer? Oh, we're getting really close. Okay, hello. Hello, ma'am. Get going. It's like whenever you're listening to like an anime opening, and then it's what was it? Is that one Pro ZD skate where it's like you only sing like the English parts of the sing the English parts of the song? Oh yeah. Be my partner. Oh, ayo, wait, hold on a minute. Yeah, another romantically coded, put this in the romantically coded chart or whatever. That one chart with all the scenarios, and it's like tier 1, tier 5 of like friendship versus like romance or whatever. And then you have like Still in Love like firmly right there, and then like on the other end of the spectrum there's Air Shakur who's like tier 4, and it's like, I don't care for you. Good stuff. Okay. So close that you can have to you can't say that. No, just kidding. It's whatever. I don't care. I don't care that much. That's whatever. Still wouldn't be the benchmark for Umatore. That's Buena. Oh, 100%. Yeah, Buena, Still in Love. There's like a whole tier of characters that are like kind of firmly in there. And then there's Falco, the loser. Good old loser Falco. No, nothing beats Buena. I mean, childhood friends, you cannot beat that. It's literally childhood friend. I know, but like, you know, with like Still in Love, that whole thing is just like great. I mean, I'm just more biased because the whole scenario, just kind of with the different changes and stuff. But I do admit that if we're talking like pure like relationship, yeah, the Umatore relationship, I mean, that was childhood friends established from the start. Buena Vista, 100%. So, anyway. that does it, I think, for this stream. I think it's a good time. I think this is a good place to end it. Unfortunately, we did not get Daring Heart, and we did not get any contenders for League of Heroes, but we still got time for both of those, so I'm not really too stressed out for that. But let me just wrap it up and we'll call it a day. Hope everyone had a good time with the Umas. I know I did with trying to get all that. But yeah, I will be doing more training on the off stream just to try and get something better for that, because I really do want to try and get something good for that. Yeah, you know. And oh yeah, thank you for reminding me the Tachyon runs, because yeah, I need to upgrade my Nishino Flower parent that I made to actually have 3-star power rather than 2-star power, so we'll get that going. Hope y'all have a good start to your week. As I mentioned earlier, this stream next few weeks are going to be a bit iffy in terms of streams for me, especially 2 weeks from now because of anime. I'm not going to be streaming any day for that weekend. And next week, I won't be streaming Saturday because I have stuff to do, but hopefully I'll try and stream Wednesday. I do know 100% there will be a stream on Thursday because American Truck Simulator has the Illinois map DLC coming out that day, and I will 100% be on that shit so I can be driving through Chicago, my old city that I used to live in. So look forward to that. Like I said, try to do Wednesday stream. If not, Thursday is probably gonna be the earliest, so I will see you all then, and hope you all have a good start to your weeks. As I've already said, I'm just repeating stuff at this point. As I mentioned, the Penguin, thank you all so much for watching. I'm gonna sign off before I start repeating even more stuff. Have a good rest of your Sunday, or whatever day and time it may be, and hope to see you all soon. Thank you, and goodbye.